Welcome back to another Thursday night Krabby's Cards live stream. And tonight we have a very special guest. He runs a six-figure website selling Pokemon cards, DJ's Pokecenter. Welcome to Krabby's Cards. How you doing, man?
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the intro. Yeah, things are well. Things are good. I got a 4-day weekend, so hey, can't complain, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I got like a half day tomorrow, so I'll be out early. But yeah, these long weekends are great. So as always, everybody leave your questions for DJ, for myself, for both of us in the chat. Anything you want to talk about, Pokemon, investing, business. This will be more business market oriented tonight for sure. If you have collection questions, you can still ask those, but we're definitely going to be talking more of the business side tonight. And actually, DJ, if everybody watched this video today, he talked about comic books. I did not know that you were a graded comic book guy as well. I also played in that space for a few years. I got out of it
Ooh.
I got out of it like 2 years ago. I have a couple things left. Yeah, talk about people think that Pokemon is volatile. Dude, comic books was wild there for a few years. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
But yeah, we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So we can start dropping your questions. But before we get to that, DJ, I got a few things for you.
All right.
You
Hit me
you
with
had
it.
you had huge news about 2-3 days ago, and you got distro for your business. Do you want to talk about how that came to be and like whatever you want? I know you don't want to spill everything, but just talk about what it's like to have it now.
Yeah. So I didn't think I would get it, to be honest, especially like in the bull run. But just kept my nose clean-ish. Try as clean as you can, right? You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be myself, but just did the business, man. Just focused on the work and just made content and built a track record, right? So that's like the most important thing is
Yep.
just showing like on your Shopify or on your Wix or wherever you're gonna sell, whatever platform that happens to be. They just can consistently do it. Um, yeah, I won't say who, just because I've talked to some people that actually think I shouldn't announce it,
Yeah,
which is
I
smart.
guess I think that's a good idea. Yeah,
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 so just work hard and get your numbers up, and the rest will figure itself out later.
yeah. No, no, for sure. And I know that you said that you're not going to be getting Pokemon right away. Are you going to start dabbling in any other TCGs just to build some spend up and having maybe some other stuff on your website? Or are you going to be buying mostly like supplies and that kind of stuff?
It'll be supplies and stuff. I wish I could buy other TCGs, but without having like a physical store, that's already off the table. So like
Oh,
for
are
example,
they all like that?
I'm not gonna say they're all like that because I don't know, right? Like this is my first one, but I've been told like you can't get Magic or you can't get Lorcana without like a physical store, or you can't get
Okay.
like I don't remember One Piece, like you can't get One Piece, you know what I mean? But like you can get
Yeah.
accessories, you can get binders, you can get like I don't know toys and little figurines and stuff like that.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Hey, there's a market for everything with Pokemon right now. I mean, when we have Pop Tarts getting scalped, you can definitely sell some figures and plushes and stuff like that, I
Hey, all you know
think.
what's funny? The plushies are all sold out. So I did buy toys though. Like
Wow.
I tried my best to buy like Pokemon related stuff. So like a bunch of
Yep.
Mewtwo's, I think 10 Charizards, I don't know, like Lucario, like more famous and known
Yep.
toys and stuff. And I'm hoping somebody's gonna be like, yeah, you know what? My kid could use this Charizard after ordering an ETB or something. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know if that actually happened.
Right. It'd be a lot of like add to cart stuff, just like, oh well, I'm here already and he has it, so I might as well get this for my yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Yeah, that's really exciting. Yeah, congratulations again. And that's exciting. It's a big step. It's a big step and the hard work. Is it September, October you started?
So I started the business in October. I launched the
October.
website.
Okay.
I forget the day, but I got shut down for 2 weeks immediately. I was open for like 1 or 2 days. So really, I didn't start till like the towards the end of October. Yeah. Yeah. I got shut down fast because of $1. So Shopify, they tried to charge my store $1 because like the first month is $1 just to start. So when they charged the $1, my bank flagged it as fraud. So then they shut me down automatically. It's like an AI thing. It's not like a human that shut me down. So I was shut down for 2 weeks. It was really annoying. Yeah.
Man, if and when I would start a website, I definitely think I'm going to go with Wix.
I'd probably go Wix. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
probably go Wix,
that's
man. I've been shut down twice. Nothing that I did negative.
right.
Almost 3 times. Just stupid stuff, man. Just
Yeah,
stupid things. Yeah, and again, it's nothing that I'm doing wrong. It's just you just automatically get flagged by the AI system for the dumbest stuff.
right. Yeah, that's so annoying. Yeah, that's yeah, definitely. Anthony, I got to shout out Anthony. Thank you for staying up, man. So Anthony is one of my biggest supporters, and he stayed up to catch the beginning of the stream. So Anthony, hopefully you know who DJ is, and if not, go check out his channel for sure. But yeah, Anthony's a real one. So,
Thank you,
um,
Anthony.
but but yeah, so guys, make sure we got 25 people in here. I appreciate you all being here. Please drop a like if you can and start asking some questions, guys. I don't see any questions in the chat yet. Drop your questions down below, and we'll get to them. So, what are you seeing right now? So the market the last 2 weeks, is it just me, or have things been kind of calm? Like nothing has dropped or slowed down, but it feels like we've kind of hit a period where it's just like it kind of is what it is, and things are just rolling. Do you feel that way, or are you still feeling just like the madness and the scrambling around to get collections and everything?
So I mean, the collections have not slowed down at all, like offers, by any means. In fact, there's probably more people offering me collections, but I would say I'm personally more choosy with what I buy, just simply because there's an abundance, right? So,
Yep.
like before, I would buy any collection to try to get like the good stuff at the top. This is like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. So I'm like, yeah, I really want that, whatever, right? And you got 10 prismatic, but then you got all these ancillary products and packs and all this stuff. So I would still buy it. But now I'm
Right.
really picky, really like, no, not interested. Brian's doing the same thing. Pokecenter, it's like ETBs, booster box, that's it. There's a few exceptions, like first partner, sure. SPCs for prismatic, sure. But like for the most part, it's really just ETBs, booster boxes, not interested in anything else because it doesn't sell very fast.
Yeah.
And so I definitely would not pay personally 80% for any ancillary product anymore. It's just not worth it, man. Like even if I get it for 75%, it might take 3 months to sell, and tying up capital in that, it's just not worth it for me, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for
But
sure. And oh, go ahead and finish.
but the slowdown part, yeah, I've noticed like I would say we're consolidating right now. That's like the vibe that I'm getting. We're not going up, we're not trending down. We're just sideways, right? Like Ascended Heroes ETBs just kind of sitting there like 185, 186. The sealed cases still about 2100. It was 2150, but not really moving up, not really moving down. Just not really much of anything but consolidating is what I'm feeling.
Right. No. And it's funny. You look at Alex Nostalgianomics has said the same thing. He's been turning down collections. Dan, Catching All Collectibles, who
Yeah.
I'm going to have on actually next Thursday. He's going to be on the channel.
Nice.
So
Nice.
really excited for that. He didn't stop buying, but he said he wants to go down to like 75%, because he's just getting offered so much stuff, and
Yeah.
he's going to start being picky. And he said
Right.
really good, like Evolving Skies and stuff, he'd still go 80, 85%. But kind of any like the ultra modern stuff, I think he's trying to be in the 75 to 80% range. So that's interesting. That makes me wonder if liquidity is going to slow down in the next few weeks, and maybe going into the summer we can have I know that I get crushed when I say this on my channel, just a little bit of a pullback, like a 5 to 10%, like something's got to break. This can't just keep going up forever and ever and ever. Like it's just and it doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way for very long. It'll probably just be a couple months like it was back in the fall. But it's just the people that think that it just won't stop going up every week, man, they're gonna get burned if they're not careful. But it's wild.
I mean, I could definitely see that happening. I don't know, right? Like, I'm not really one to like predict the future, besides the fact
Yeah.
that I know the 30th is right around the corner. So, yeah,
Yep.
if we go down a little bit, I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me, man. I know what's about to happen in front of us. Is that going to be September? Is that October? Is that when the 30th is? Again, I don't fully know. I don't honestly care.
September. It was announced September
Yeah.
16th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
September in Japan. It was like officially like on Anon showed it. It was on like emails or something to distributors. But it's just weird because it's a Wednesday, but it's like the day that it's always been for every anniversary set. So that he thinks that's why they're keeping it that way. But either way, like I said, it doesn't matter. September, October, it's no different. Yeah, it's not going to overall. Nothing is slowing down anytime soon. And when I say anytime soon, like overall, it's years. I don't see the whole Pokemon as a whole, where the IP is right now and the strength of it. I was on Henry's channel last night, which I think you've been on Henry's channel before as well.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah. Shout out to Henry.
Henry's he's an awesome dude. So the way the games have been like so lackluster, I'm not huge into the games. Like I've played most of them. I enjoy them. But recently I just haven't had time to play the last two, and apparently they weren't that good anyway. And the way he was talking, it's like the way that the games are and the hype around those, even when it's a bad game, like if this game actually, he doesn't have high expectations for Winds and Waves, but if they do actually put together a good game, since there's going to be 5 years in between main releases, which has never happened before, it's always been three. Every single year it's been 3 years in between main series games, and it's going to be 5 full years this time. If they, I mean, they like GTA 6 us kind of, but if they actually make it good, dude, we could go to a whole nother level after that game comes out and people like the starters and like the legendary Pokemon and everything. And after it like festers a little bit. So, you know, yeah, Henry and I were talking and we both kind of feel like, I think it would have to be some outside factor at this point for the market to truly crash. Like I'm talking about a 60 to 80% dip. At this point, I think there's nothing Pokemon could do to make that happen.
Yeah, that's a huge dip, man. That's
Yeah,
bear level, like beyond bear
dude.
level. That's deep into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying I don't think it's possible. Like I don't think there's anything Pokemon could do to make it dip. Yeah, even like 40 to 50%. It's just not in the cards. So, but yeah, it's crazy, and it's just so much fun because everything is so liquid, and everybody loves this. Like even perfect order, the sell through rate. You go, it's gone. All my LGSs, I have 4 or 5 local game stores within about 45 minutes. Three of which I frequent weekly, and they can't even keep perfect order on the shelf. It's gone.
I believe it.
It's gone. They have nothing. Like it's absolutely wild. They get little collection buys here and there, and they'll have random Sword and Shield ETBs for $400 and like all this random stuff. But as far as anything from the Mega Evolution era, anything, you know, Destined Rivals, all that stuff, nothing. As soon as they get it in, it's gone within a day. And as long as things are like that, man, yeah, we are booming. We are absolutely booming. So,
Yeah.
Anthony had a question here. So Anthony said, "Love the video today, DJ, about comics. A lot of information I had no idea about. Given Pokemon is an infant compared to comics, do you think they will eventually do the same down the road?" I'm guessing he means like price wise with some of those vintage comic books and stuff like that.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just, it's just a fun thing to talk about. But what I was talking about in today's video was the fact that, okay, PSA, right? For those who don't know, they're pretty much king when it comes to Pokemon cards and really just cards in general. It's frowned upon to press and clean, right? So I'm not talking about tampering. I'm not talking about cutting the edges. I'm not talking about adding color touches, which is like, filling in things that aren't part of the card. But if you look at comic books, CGC, which is king in the comic books, and PSA, both not only offer or allow the service, but they offer the service themselves, right? So you can submit to them your comic book, and then they'll press and clean it for you to improve your grade. So that's just something I thought was interesting, that maybe people just simply don't know that you're allowed to do that, and they offer that service. So like, instead of just making the 25 bucks off the comic book, they're like, hey, we'll also press and clean it for you for 15 bucks. And how would you know? Like, if you think about it, I think that's why they gave in with comic books, also because it's so much older. Like right now, if somebody spills something on this, I mean, and then I get a towel real quick and it didn't have enough time to damage it and I wipe it off, is that altering it? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't have the answers to that. I just thought it was like interesting to talk about.
Yeah, no, that is interesting, and we'll see how that evolves as PSA. They just announced a $200 million expansion, so that's pretty crazy. And everybody, everybody, all the big players in the space are super bullish on the hobby for the future, and that makes me super bullish. When you have, Pokemon investing, just tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in PSA, and you have Collecticon getting bought out by, those billionaire brothers or whatever. Like, it's just it's wild. But and yeah, Anthony, if you mean from like an IP standpoint, yes, I do think that I think that Pokemon is the characters will be looked upon similar to like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. I think Charizard and Pikachu and Umbreon in 50 to 60 years will be as iconic as those characters.
I can see that.
Yeah, that is something that I made a video about that like a month ago, and it's just like I think that's the strength of the IP. I think it's that powerful, which is and it's more global than a lot of those are. So, some of those are just certain countries. Pokemon is everywhere because they're
Yeah.
intentionally trying to go everywhere. Like every language. I mean, they're going to keep expanding the languages. I think are they up to 20 some languages now? I think that they print cards in. Like
Oh, I
it's
never
wild.
counted. I never count. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know
I
I
never
got
did either.
offered Portuguese the other day, and I said
Portuguese.
no, I'm good. Yeah, no offense or anything to Portuguese.
Yeah, I don't. I just started to dabble in Japanese. Well, I've collected a little bit of Japanese for a while, but Chinese I just started to dabble in a little bit, and I like it. The gem packs are fun. They
They're really
you know
fun. Yeah.
they're affordable, and they're just a fun rip, really, especially for the kids. They're a lot of fun for sure. So, but yeah. Pokey Plane asks, "What are y'all's thoughts on Pitch Black now that the cards have been revealed? And what's y'all's chase card for the set?" DJ, did you see the leaks for the Pitch Black set?
I
Or
did. Dude, I think the
Abyssai?
Dark Cry is cool, man. I like that. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I think
I
it's
do
so
too.
cool. So unique the
I
way it like splits him in like a I don't know this shape, like a cross
yeah.
shape. And it's got the
Yep.
crazy waves. Like I think it's beautiful. Personally, I know a lot of people don't like it, and I have to see it in real life. But to me, it
Yeah.
looks sick, man. Sick.
I sent it in. I have a group chat with my friends of like there's like 7 of us, and as soon as it leaked, I threw it out on the group chat and I said like sick or something, and everybody just crapped on it. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, nobody else in my group chat liked it. And then I was on with Henry last night, and he was like, I don't know why everybody's hating on it. I absolutely love it. He's like, good, let them hate it. Let it drop in price so I can pick up a bunch. Like, I'm definitely going to be picking up as many copies as I can and probably be grading some and stuff. I mean, what's her name? Akira Gawa, I think is her name.
Mhm.
She's a catching up to Shinji Kanda for sure with her artwork. She did all 4 gold cards from Crown Zenith, and
Crown Zenith, yeah.
people were like putting the Darkrai this one up against the Giratina because it's like the distortion world, and then I
I
guess
saw that.
the nightmare world, and they like kind of go together. Like that's pretty cool.
I think it's
I
awesome
like that a lot.
personally.
Yeah,
And it's
I agree.
unique. It's something different. It's not, Pokemon's generally like super cute and bubbly. And I'm cool with it, man. The whole set overall, maybe not. There is one other card I like. I can't think of the guy's name. It's like blue and like electricity, and he's kind of like powering up. I think that card's
Oh,
cool.
Zoroark.
Yeah, like I think that's a
Yep.
dope looking card. There's
Yep.
a couple cards. It's a small set. I don't think it's gonna be
Yep.
anything crazy. But yeah, every now and then mixing in, I think it's fun.
I think Chaos Rising and Pitch Black are going to be perform very similar, and I think better than everybody anticipated. For the last like 2 months, everybody's been like, "Oh, this is going to be like crash the market, slow down, small sets, not popular Pokemon." Newsflash: Greninja gets voted like the most popular Pokemon in Japan like every other year.
Oh, really?
Greninja is super popular, and I believe he's always in the United States. They do some magazine does a vote every year, and I think Greninja usually falls somewhere in like the 7, 8, 9 range for the United States. He's like right up there behind Mew and Gengar and Umbreon and all those. So yeah, no, Greninja is a really popular Pokemon, and then yeah, Darkrai is like that villain Pokemon. There's so few like villain dark Pokemon.
Yes.
But it reminds me, and I said this before it even came out. I was like, if this artwork is good, it's going to be the Giratina V of the Mega Block, just like Giratina was for Sword and Shield. So, that's what I think, and I'm happy with the artwork. I think it's going to be a fun set. So we'll see what happens.
Besides a couple cards, I don't think the set's super great, but
Yeah.
I like something unique. I like something a little different, and I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Anthony says the Rayquaza set's going to be crazy. If that artwork is good, that's going to be wild. If the Rayquaza SIR is as good as we think it's going to be, for sure.
Rayquaza's cool. I don't know if that's official. Is that official? I haven't really commented on it just because I just keep hearing rumors, but I haven't seen anything.
It's been announced. Yeah, it comes out July 22nd in Japan.
Okay.
Yep,
okay.
It's official. Yep.
Good.
It's called Storm Emeralda.
Emeralda.
Storm Emeralda. It releases on, I believe it's July 22nd in Japan. Poke Beach reported that a week or two ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this looks cool, man. I'm excited for that. That's
Me
cool.
too.
That's really cool.
Well, and it's interesting. I don't know if this has ever happened before. We get the Japanese set before the 30th anniversary set, but the English set probably isn't going to be until November after the 30th anniversary set. So that's super, because unless they release it in August and then the 30th in September, October, but then that would be the fourth mainline set of the year in 7 months, like 8 months. So I don't think they're going to give us 4 main booster box sets in the, like, basically the first half of the year. They've never done that ever. They've never done more than 4 booster box sets in 1 calendar year ever in 30 years. So, and unless they're going to cram them in, and then September, October, November, December is just all 30, like a waived release of 30th anniversary, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That would actually be, I wonder if that's what they're doing, because we have the Japanese set has officially been announced, but the English one has not yet. So that's crazy.
We haven't even got Chaos Rising yet. That's like so far down the road.
I know. It's so far away.
Far down the road.
I know. Everybody likes to. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, live in the moment, right?
We still got Chaos Rising, Pitch Black, then 30. It's so far away. I don't even think that far, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. Well, especially when you're running a business, like you got to be looking at the next week. What are you buying? What are you selling? Right? Cash flow, all that good stuff. So,
like today, I just got a bunch of Chaos Rising in. That's been selling decent. It's been selling good. I think it's holding like $250 a booster box. So then I got 3 cases today. I listed those for the same price as just buying them loose. We'll see. We'll see if those sell or not. I'm not sure. If they don't, I mean, it is what it is. But I got that. I got Black Bolt, White Flare, ETB cases in, which are which are really hard to put a price on, because if you look at TCG last sold, it's strange. It's like 1,500, but the cheapest one for Black Bolt is like 2,000. So it's interesting because like nobody wants to buy it, but nobody wants to sell it. So I paid really high, like super strong, like I think $1,800 for Black Bolt ETB cases. That's what I paid, my cost, right? So I'm like, okay, well, how do you even price something like this when everybody's 2,000 plus and people don't want to buy over 14, 1350? It's a really weird one. I think it's going to sit for a while, but it's, they're all first print. So I don't know if there's even been another print of those, and just keep it high and eventually it'll probably sell, but it's going to be a hard one to get in the future.
Right. Yeah. We have not gotten a second wave of Black Bolt White Flare of anything. Every product came out and came and went. I made a play on the Victini boxes, the Victini Special Illustrated. I bought up a lot of those, because if that doesn't get reprinted, it's a popular Pokemon, that is an illustration rare promo. Yeah, I think those are a good hold. But Black Bolt and White Flare is one of the most I think the most interesting sets that are currently like in rotation in print, because it feels like even Pokemon might kind of just forget about them and just push them up, because when they came out, I don't know why they weren't that popular, because I loved them right from the start. Like, you have 156 illustration rares, like what's not to like? And like you know, market sentiment is such a weird thing. Everyone's so, Dan likes to say, everybody's so fickle. But then 6 months later, everybody loves it, and it's just so cool. You just every week I see a new illustration, right? I'm like, what is this? Oh, of course, it's from Black Bolt or White Flare because there's so many of them. You know, you never see them all. One thing that I'm still struggling to understand is the gap between White Flare and Black Bolt. Like I understand Zekrom is I guess a little more popular than Reshiram, but the only difference really is just the Zekrom, that like SIR and the black card compared to the white card. You know, everything else is kind of, they both have the red Victini, you know, what, like Hydreigon's in one and Seismitoad's in another. Like they're pretty equal, I think, overall, besides Reshiram and Zekrom. So I
End's
wonder
Plan's really cool. I think End's
and
Plan's a top card.
that's in Black Bolt, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one. That's the one with the London Eye in the background, right? Like the big Ferris wheel
London
thing.
Eye. Oh, let me see.
Look
Let me
up
see.
London
Dude, I have
Eye.
like 4 of these that I found. Well, 3 that I found myself. End's Plan, Black Bolt. I'm trying to remember if
That
there's a Ferris wheel. Yeah, yep. Ferris wheel. Yep.
okay?
Dude, that
Yeah,
card
that's
is
cool.
on. Everybody
It is
tries to get
cool.
that card.
That card
Yes.
is cool. Yeah. Okay.
Gorgeous,
No,
man.
that's fair. But yeah, if if Pokemon ignores Black Bolt and White Flare, or just literally physically can't do it, because it has to be such a hard set to print. It's a double set, and then plus all those IRs.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, it's if it was combined together as one set, if they just made it Black Bolt, White Flare, one set, it would be by far, not even close, the largest set in Pokemon history. So it's the only reason it's not is because they split it. So, man, that I mean, yeah, I never tell anybody what to do, but I've been trying to pick up Black Bolt and White Flare, and I can't find any. Like I can't find any. I'm pumped that you got some because, um,
I had to pay up.
yeah, I know that
Really
1800.
strong.
What did you pay for the White Flare? 15, 1600?
16. 16 flat.
16? Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So it's the
yeah.
same
I
thing as Black
mean,
Bolt on TCG and eBay. Like it's so difficult because there's not a
yeah,
lot of sales, but there's none on. If you look on TCG, I mean, there's almost none. The only ones there are, I don't know, for White Flare, probably like 18, 1900. Like there's nothing in between what people are buying and what it's
right,
selling for. There has to
yeah.
be a breaking point at some point.
Right. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Is that true? Somebody just said something in the chat that I need to look up really quick. And I'm gonna, how do I do? There we go. Because if it's true, we need to talk about it. Okay. Okay, I don't think that's true. Somebody said that PSA bought Tag in the
I don't know
chat,
anything
but
about that. I feel like I would have known
yeah,
about that by now.
yeah, I know. So, where did it go? Little Time Mining, please give a source or drop a link or something because I just Googled it and did last 24 hours and there was nothing. So, yeah, I don't know, but Darkrai's
No.
awesome. I don't think it's true. What do we got? Yeah, Emerald Storm. That is what I think the name is going to be in English. Emerald Storm. That would be a
Yeah.
cool name. That would
That
be
would
a
be a
cool
cool
English
name.
name.
You got
Yeah.
5 gifted subs, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh no, I'm still scrolling. I'm really like, so guys, I apologize. I'm on an iPad and it's absolutely miserable. I have
Oh,
a computer coming tomorrow. So this will be the last time I'm streaming having to use an iPad. So I'm still scrolling down. I just got to it. Bronze God, my man. Thank you so much,
yeah.
Bronze, for the 5 gifted. I really appreciate that. Everybody, make sure you thank Bronze if you got one of those memberships. I really appreciate it. Go check out Bronze's channel. He is a just bulk fiend, man. I love watching. Do you watch any bulk channels, TJ? It's
Very rarely. Very
it's
rare. Is he the guy that has the glasses?
yep. He has glasses.
Okay,
Yep.
I know who
Yep.
that is then. Yeah. I
Yeah.
watched some of his videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
He
not
interviewed
big on bulk.
Brian.
I'm not big on bulk myself. I think
Yeah.
for me, it just doesn't fit my style and like I'm too busy. But I mean,
Yep.
I definitely respect it. I know there's a lot of money to be made in it for sure.
It's crazy. I don't think the grind that it takes to do it well is just I mean, I watch Bronze, I watch TJ, Pokepaster TCG, and
Right.
like I don't know how they do it. They got
Yeah.
their sorters, and they'll just have 30 different slots, and they'll have a stack of cards, and they're just going boom, 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 boom. It's like how, man. I mean, like I guess you get used to it, but no, they definitely they grind it out. It's a fun part of the hobby for sure. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
For me, it wouldn't work because like, dude, like I'd have like to make $5 in profit, I'd probably have to sell like this many cards, right? So I'd have to
Yep.
find this
Yeah.
many orders. I'd have maybe even more. I don't know, right? Depends what you're selling, obviously. Like, but if you're selling a bunch of reverse and a bunch of like 5, 10 cent thing, I could just do that with one ETB. I could literally
Yep.
just pick one ETB up, put it in an 8x8x4, close it $5, right? Then the next ETB, here's another 5. Boop, boop, throw that one.
Yep.
Here's another order.
Yep.
Somebody ordered 2 ETBs. I just made $10. Like, how much bulk would it take for me to make $10? And so for me and my style and like my workload, I just couldn't move for those pennies. But I do know, like, I forgot the guy's name. Is it Rob?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Rob.
RNG Games.
Yeah,
Yep.
Rob RNG. Like, I mean, I know he's making tons of money with it. But for me, you know, my time's really limited. I only have a couple hours a day, so I want to
Yep.
make sure to like, for my style, just to maximize the money that I can earn with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Rob is the OG bulk guy. Like I think he's doing it for like 10 plus years, and he mastered it. Was kind of the first one that everybody kind of mimicked, and really he mentored a lot of people. I think so. That's yeah. He's the goat with that. I think he
Yeah,
has a
shout out to
couple
Rob.
physical stores as well. But yeah. So what Ascended Heroes?
Yes.
We still have a little bit trickling out here and there. Not a lot. I think that supply is about to dry up here. I would bet by the end of June, I don't think we're going to be seeing any Ascended Heroes come through distribution or big box. I mean, maybe honestly at this point, you know what's interesting about the big box, Target, Walmart, all that stuff. All the stuff that's trickling through there, the 5 ETBs a week at each store, 10 whatever bundles, and it doesn't even matter. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't affect the market in any way, shape, or form. It's so irrelevant at this point because it's just so dry. Like you have 50 to 60 people in line. Everybody gets their one or two things. Half of them rip it, half of them just sell it to a rip and shipper. So it's just it might as well not even exist right now. So like the only um, meaningful supply that comes to market is these waves that come through distribution. And you follow Anon. You're in his Discord and part of his
Yeah.
program, just like I am. It does not seem like there is any Ascended coming through anytime soon. What do you think that does to the ETBs, the cards, to as a whole, the set as a whole?
Yeah, so I think there is one thing that was, I don't know if it's officially announced or unofficially. I just kind of see it through like Poke Notify on Instagram, some new like 12 or 14 pack thing. I forgot what they're calling it, but
Yeah,
allegedly heavy hitter. But you know,
heavy hitters, which is the same name
right,
as the
right.
last one was. So I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Besides that, yeah, I haven't seen anything. Like nobody's really talked about anymore, and I would just assume the price will go up, right? But like we're just consolidating right now, just trading sideways. Again, not really anything up, not really anything down. But I like to buy during consolidation periods, you know, like
Yep.
and like I said, it gets easier to buy, at least for me. I can't speak for everybody, but like so many more people are offering things. And I'm just being choosier and choosier. And I know because I talked to a lot of like, you know, Brian, or I'll talk to Dan, or I'll talk to some of these guys and, hey, what percentage are you paying? I'm only paying 80%. Okay, cool. I'm paying 80% too. Right. So that way, I mean, not that we all have to be on the same page or anything, but I do ask them. And I also pay attention to like what people are paying, like Nostalgianomics on his Instagram. He'll put out his buy list. So I'll look at these things. I'll consider that before making an offer. And yeah, just being pickier, man, being a lot pickier. And because you got, if you're selling your collection, of course, you don't want to be picky, right? Like you want to get maximum value. But when you're hitting people up, you also have to consider, I mean, how many other collections do they have, right? So like shoot for the moon, go for it, man. Knock yourself out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like they're kind of like a dime a dozen right now. I don't know. I probably get offered 5 to 10 a day right now, like minimum.
Okay.
Like, but on weekends, it could be upwards of 15 to 20. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I say, no, thank you. 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 No, I'll take that one. No, thank you.
Yep.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For
Do
me, at
you do
least.
you make do people just like drop you their collector apps, their shiny apps? Do they put it in a spreadsheet for you? What's the most common way that people will show you what they got?
I would say really serious people use Excel or Word. Well, not Word, Excel or like some kind of spreadsheet. That to
Okay.
me, if you really want to get your maximum dollar, because most people want to get maximum dollar, right? Most
Yep.
people aren't thinking churn and burn. I want to sell all this at 80% and then buy more. And a lot of them, this is their baby, right? So the people who really want maximum value, they're going to put the time in. They're going to say, I have this prismatic ETB. It's worth this much on TCG. This is the percentage I would like. And they'll have all the columns separate. Those kind of people I'll pay attention to a little bit more. The
Yeah.
people who are like, here's my collector app. I mean, you haven't done any work. You're kind of lazy. To be honest with you, you're kind of lazy. And now I would have to, if I want to buy your collection, because I don't go off of collector app, right? Collector app,
Yep.
in my opinion, from what I've seen, really benefits the person selling because their data is bad. You can get destroyed. Well, maybe not destroyed, but you can get burnt really hard as a buyer of collections, as someone just using collector app.
Yeah.
Random example, I bought a decent collection like 3 months ago. This is where I learned my lesson. And 151 had a like the 8 pack or 810, 410, whatever the heck it is, man.
The
And it had it,
Costco thing.
yeah, I had it at like 185, 200. I don't know. But then when I got it, I looked on TCG because I was just too busy. I looked at TCG and it was like 160. And I was like, damn, I paid like 140, you know? So like these things add up, especially if you're spending 10,000, 20,000. If you mess up $50 here on this item, then the next item you mess up $100. Then the next one you mess up 30. You know, you were only going to profit $1,000 on that collection. But
Yeah.
really you messed up on 500 of it or 300 of it. And it's like, is it even worth your time? Are you even making 10% if you go off
10%.
of collector? So like TCG all the way, 100% for
Okay.
me at least,
Interesting.
all the way. Yeah.
So I just found out why collector app is like that just last week or 10 days ago. So I went to sell to one of my buddies who's a vendor, and I went to sell him a 151 UPC. And I use TCG Player. I prefer TCG Player as well,
Yeah.
and that's what I kind of use to comp everything. I do have all my stuff in the collector app, and I will compare and contrast and stuff. But I didn't for this just because, like, everyone was talking about the 151 UPC at 1,200 bucks, like 1,150 to 1,200, and there had been like 5 days of data of it at that price on TCG Player. And I went and I was like, this is selling for like 1150, let's say. I'm looking for like 950 to whatever. And he's like, oh no, this is selling all day for 900. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, eBay today, right now. There's a bunch selling. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, look on TCG
Mm.
Player because I know he has a TCG Player that he sells himself. And he's like, oh, you're right. He's like, I've never seen this big of a gap with a product because there was sales for 1,200 plus on TCG Player the same day that there was sales for 900 to 950 on eBay. And I'm like, that's wild. Like eBay and TCG Player do often work completely differently, and sometimes one
Right.
takes a while to catch up to the other one. But anyway, what I learned through this, the collector app pulls all of their data from eBay.
Ah, I
They
see.
don't pull anything from TCG Player. So, and you can actually, if you dive deep into the, not deep, you click a couple buttons into the analytics of collector, you can go and see all the sales data, like what they're pulling from, and they take an average. I think they take an average of the last 5 or the last 10 sales if it's within like the last week. And it's all eBay sold listings. So that's what you have to be careful for. If you're somebody that likes to come off of eBay, collector is great. If TCG Player, definitely do your due diligence. I don't know Shiny. I don't know anybody who uses the Shiny app. I'm not sure where they pull their data from, but I know
Okay. Oh, let me
Dan.
say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so again, right? I bought a lot of collections now, man, and
Oh yeah.
a lot of collections. And you got to think too. I mean, I've been yes, I'm new to the Pokemon business, but I've been doing this comic books for a very long time. Very, very like over 15 years at least selling comic books, right? So I'm familiar with how eBay works and all that. The seller the seller wants to use eBay, of course, right? Because it benefits them, but that often doesn't tell the reality. Like what certain sealed product, not really cards, but sealed product is not what actually is happening in real life. Like I'll give you a perfect example. The 151 UPC there, right? Market on this, depending when you look at it, I don't know, 1,200, 1,150. I'm trying to sell mine for 1,000. Nobody wants it. Nobody,
Yep.
nobody wants it, right? So you're
Yep.
going to look as a seller like at eBay, like, well, look at the selling for, or look at this, like everybody's paying this crazy, like it's super high demand, but then reality kicks in, right? And I get it, right? Like if it's somebody's collection, it's their baby. They're not looking at reality. Like they think that they see this super high sale. They think that like, yeah, everybody's lining up to pay that. But unfortunately, that's just not the reality of the situation most of the time.
Right. Yep. And once you get, I think 500 is the first barrier, and then once you hit that 1,000 mark, the liquidity of stuff drops off a cliff.
Yeah,
It is
for
it
sure.
is it is significant. Now you can send it to a consignment service if you want. Like I do use consignment pretty heavily. I know that Alex Nostalgianomics, he sent like, dude, he'll just YOLO like $4,000 boxes to Probstein or to
Right. Of
DC
course.
Sports and stuff. And he says his stuff always goes for market or above.
That makes sense.
Man, like how, like you almost have that forced liquidity with them, and I want to know who are all these. Who is the main buyer from somebody like a Probstein and DC Sports and all these consignments for seal? I'm talking about sealed here, not slabs, because it does seem like you go on and you look at the sales data from those big boys, and you know, and he's right. Like they're paying top dollar from the consignment services, so it's like why do they have the liquidity but yet people won't buy it from a reputable like website? I don't fully understand it yet, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand it better.
So I spoke to Retrospecs. I don't know if you know him.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think he did 10 million in sales last year on like his business overall. So I asked him that same question, but he said like once you get serious about business and like once you actually have real money, not like trying to save a dollar, trying to get Safari zoned, right? The most important thing to you is can you get the product safe and a reputable source fast,
Hmm.
right? And that's really what it comes down to. So I get it. You know, a lot of people maybe watching right now, they're trying to catch a deal. I'm trying to get a discount. I'm trying, but that's not how like people with money are thinking, right? They're
Yep.
not thinking like that. They would rather pay a little bit more money if it means they know for a fact it's from a trusted source and it can get it quick and safely. Like that, the
Yeah.
saving $5. Oh, I'm on target hitting all these restocks. I'm waiting for the alerts to pop out. Not, a lot of people aren't doing that like at the top levels. And I'm not at the top level. I'm just saying Retro is, and he knows who's at the top, and that's how
Hmm.
they're thinking.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And Brian preaches that too for anybody trying to start a business, right? Like don't be the nice guy and go 5-10% under market, because in the long run it's not going to matter. When the market dips, people are not going to stick around with you. When you raise your prices, people are going to get mad at you and be like, oh, well, what happened? So you can't win. So just price it market, be legit, be, I mean, I think you can be a nice guy and be like you're a nice guy, but and you pray stuff. And well, that's why I'm glad I thought that. I want to talk to you about that. You are the only one, and as a collector, so I'm still a collector at heart. I'm the side hustle of Pokemon is ramping up a lot more for me the last 6 to 12 months, and I'm officially a business on the books for tax
Nice.
purposes and
Congrats.
everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, thanks. Yeah, I guess I really haven't said that on my channel too much. But yeah, no, I got my EIN and my tax ID and all that good stuff. So I am official. But you are the only person that I see that will actually take high quality pictures and put like A, B, you actually tier the sealed products, booster boxes, ETBs. You point out the dings and the scratches and the dents, and you'll take 5-10 bucks off of a sealed product.
Yeah.
And it's like, what made you? Most people do not do that. Like most people will put a
Yeah.
generic picture,
Right.
and they just send off the dented and dinged ones. Now I'm sure they have to deal with a lot more backlash than you probably do, because they probably get people like, yo, this has a tear in it, I don't want this. Like, and then they got to deal with that headache. Is that the main reason
Right.
why you started doing that?
Yeah. So for me, I do not want to deal with the customer. That's like my main thing.
Yep.
This isn't my first business. It is for Pokemon. I've had a computer business before and stuff. For me, time is money. I'm not
Yep.
interested in like a long conversation. I mean, you could email me and say, hey, great packaging. That always feels good, right? Like stuff like that. But like, condition and how is the corner on this? And I don't like dealing with people who are going to ask a bunch of questions and like this and that. It's just annoying, right? Because you got to think too. And I put myself in like the buyer's shoes. Like to you, it's just asking one question, right? Like which is fine. It makes sense. Like, hey, how's the corner look? Like, but to me, I might get asked that 10 times a day, 20 times a day, 30 times a day. You know, maybe not like for big sales though, or something, right? And so I don't have enough time. I don't have employees, right? I don't have somebody who's answering questions. I don't have like a marketer or like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just me. I'm a one-man guy. I'm the guy packing. I'm the guy going to UPS. I'm the guy listing. I'm the guy making videos. So I don't have time for like personal conversations and like, would you like to talk to me? And like, how was your day? I just don't have the time for it. So I look at it like up front, if I know there's a problem, rather than like you complaining later and want your money back or want to return. I don't want to deal with any of that, man. I really don't ever want to talk. I would rather like, here's your product, keep it moving, you know, kind of deal. So that way, because that's easy. It's easier to replicate that. Because again, guys, this is a business for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, it's like, I treat it very much like a business, 100%. But obviously like live streams, we can talk, we can have that personal time with viewers and stuff. But like, as far as the business, I just want to keep it transactionary. And that's really why up front.
And I think a lot of buyers want that as well. They want the transparency up front. And they want to know, like, you have people that obviously eat up those ones that have the dinks and the dents and the tears. Me as a collector, those don't interest me in any way, shape, or form. I want my stuff minty. I am a fan. I know that there's been some discussions about this lately, but my higher end stuff, I do put it in acrylics. I like acrylic for my booster boxes and my ETBs. I as a collector, like, I love that about your website, because it's like, oh, okay, this one is a B tier. Oh, there's an A tier. Click. Like, I want I'll pay the extra 15, $20, but the person who wants to rip it, they're like, sweet, I get $15 off of the CTB. I was gonna rip it anyway. So
yes,
I think
100%.
I think that's cool. And the way that you describe it, I think it seems worth it. It probably saves you time in the long run, right? Like, that's I like it. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Anthony, have a great night, man. I appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah. So also, I'm trying to think of what I just had it. For me, like listing, it probably takes 30 seconds to a minute for those type of things. I'll put a stock photo if I feel like there's really nothing wrong with it, personally, or like something so small it doesn't really matter. But yeah, anything like B tier, for sure, I'm going to disclose that 100%, just because I really don't want to have this conversation. I don't want the back and forth. I don't want an email that says, can we return this? Hey, you didn't disclose this. Hey, I didn't like that. One thing to keep in mind too, when it comes to market, and I think this is really challenging for people to understand, is market is not minty in general. Market is just sealed. Okay. So there's sealed and there's unsealed, right? For market, you just get sealed. Now, if you're looking for minty, you got to be careful with that. Like, because are you paying minty prices? That's what I would ask someone. Like, if you're looking for the best of the best, you got to pay for the best of the best. Like, for example, when I go to a card show, I'll see an Evolving Skies 2700. The same guy has one for 26. He has one for 25, and he has one for 24. Right?
Yep.
The biggest issue I've seen or experienced personally is people who want minty boxes for discounted prices, and that's where like a big conversation is going to happen. Like, hey, is that pristine? It looks pristine. Would you take 100 off? Like, no, I personally wouldn't. Not for a pristine one. But hey, you know what? I got these other Destin rivals, and those are like, those are more discounted. Nah, I'd really like the minty. I want the best of the best, but I want 10% off. And so like, I don't think it works like that personally. At least that's not how I treat my business. I'm going to put the most expensive one for the most expensive price, and then cheaper for the discounted, like little flaws.
Yeah. I know that I've heard Alex Nostalgianomics mention a couple times when people ask him in his live streams, they talk about their dented boxes and ripped and stuff and whatever. What do I do? Like, whatever. He's like, sell it immediately and buy a minty one. Because if that Destin Rivals box, right now the difference is 700 and 680, right? But in 5 years from now, it might be the difference between 5,000 and 4,400. Like, that's a huge, like, the higher it gets, the more gap between, like, I've seen, and I see it. I follow the X and Y era really closely. for reasons. I have a good amount of X and Y boxes. They're all in my, almost all of them are in my storage unit, unfortunately. But so like Ancient Origins is a great example. That box will sell anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000. And
Wow.
I'll see a sale for like 54. I'm like, what's going on? I go, oh, it's like, oh, this corner's smashed. There's a tear down
Uh,
here, like the box is destroyed. And then I go to the $7,600 sale. Oh, it's a beautiful, pristine acrylic case on it, like beautiful.
yeah.
So it does. Anybody who's saying that it doesn't matter, like Rudy made a video about it the other day, but Rudy just chucks this stuff around. He doesn't give a crap. Like he's Rudy, right? But for and ultra modern, yeah, it doesn't matter as much. And if you're talking about like collection boxes and stuff like that, but when you're talking about booster boxes and ETBs, it does, the condition does matter when you get up into that upper echelon. So yeah, so that's, I'm glad I remembered to ask you that. That's just a cool thing. I think it's a cool thing that you do that I don't see anybody else doing.
Thank you. I think also when you make investing content or probably business content as well, you're also tapping into people who want minty prices or minty condition as well. But most
Yes.
people don't. Like when I go to a card
Yep.
show and I vend, which I got another show next weekend. It'll be my last one, hopefully for the year. I'm done vending. Ugh.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
different topic. Yeah, I'm done with that. But
Yeah.
from what I see, they don't care at all, dude. Like 99% of people that I sell ETBs to in person genuinely just want to open it up, whether that's $100 Twilight or a 200. Well, it used to be 200 for Prismatic or whatever it is. They're just there to open it, bro. They don't care. But
Yep.
you know, I'm just gonna make a fake number. Let's just pretend 100 million people open up Pokemon in the States. That's not accurate, but whatever, right? How many of them
Might
are
be close.
truly collecting sealed product? Like not that many, but we make content for people that are attracted to that. So naturally our customers are attracted to that. So like it can almost like skew to where like everybody wants the perfect this, the perfect that. But most people in reality don't give it crap at all. It's either sealed or unsealed.
Yeah, card shows. So I've never vended myself, but I have two really close vendor friends, and I've stood behind their tables with them for basically the whole show multiple times. And you're absolutely right. At shows, it's so collector heavy because investors, number one, you can't get sealed cases typically at card shows. Investors love sealed cases, and most vendors charge market, right? And a lot of investors don't like to buy stuff at market. They like to buy under market. So I couldn't agree with you more. I don't think a lot of investors are walking around the card shows too often. So, but yeah, no, that's interesting. Yeah. So Dio's Cards had an interesting question. How do you get burned, or maybe how could you get burned buying collections at a percentage? I mean, there's an obvious answer here. The market could dip 10% in shipping, but yeah, go ahead, DJ.
There's a million ways. There's a million ways. I've been personally burnt countless times.
Ooh,
and the only way you would know this is if you've done it. Like if you're just watching on YouTube, it can't make sense to you. Like how could someone buy at 80% or 75% and lose money? The math doesn't math because you've never done it, right? Like I don't know if you have, Dio. I'm just saying to somebody out there, right? Thank you for the question. They don't see the chargebacks. They don't see when USPS runs your crap over. They don't see when UPS drives a forklift through your package, which by the way has happened to me about 3 times. I've had probably 4 packages now from USPS be ran over by a truck. I've had multiple chargebacks, not that many, but I've definitely get them every so often. You don't understand. They get damaged more often than, them losing it as well. And so if you sold an ETB, let's say you paid $80 for it, you sell it for 100, but now it got ran over by a truck. Or the guy at the UPS who doesn't care about his job, he's busy, right? He's on a time crunch. He throws it, right? You did it double bubble wrap, maybe even triple for the more expensive stuff. But at the end of the day, he still threw it. He dented it. Now the guy's complaining, hey, I need $20 off. That's how you break even. That's how you lose money. These things add up so fast. You get a collection in and you didn't notice, right? Because you spent $10,000, $20,000 on product. The biggest one I bought so far is $46,000. There's just things you don't see. And then you look at it, like I had a Vivid Voltage, huge hole on the side. I'm like, well, I'd be lucky to break even on that one. And then You know, if you're only going to profit, depends on the collection, right? If you only, again, profit 2,000 on the whole collection, this one has a hole, minus 100, what you thought. These two ETBs, you didn't notice the little corner bends on them, minus, $40. This one over here, charge back. Oh, this other one got ran over, and you add it all up, and you're like, damn, I broke even. You know what I'm saying? So like, it seems like, wow, it's so easy to make all this money, but you're not really considering all the negative. Because the beautiful thing about selling your collection, and I don't care, guys, you don't have to hit me up to sell me your collection. I'm not trying to have you. Like, I got 1 million people already, right? I don't need more. But if you sell on eBay, you're going to get roughly 85%, maybe 87, but then you're not really including shipping. Let's call it 85%. Okay. Yep. But you take on all the risk, right? Scams, fraud. There's 1 million people trying to scam you, believe it or not, online. 1 million. They're all the time, dude. Every single week of my life, I'm canceling orders because somebody's trying to cheat the system. I don't do international shipping. And what they'll do is they'll find these like port forwarding things. So if they live in Europe, they'll send it to some company that will ship it to the States and then put it or, trick the system and try to send it to Europe. And then they'll scam you, right? And there's some people that probably don't try to scam you, but a lot of people are constantly trying to get one over on you all the time. And so you have to really be on your P's and Q's. I'm telling you, to lose just 5% and have none of the risk, just to send it to Dan, just to send it all to one person, not package it, not buy the boxes, not buy the tape, not buy to have the whole operation and not deal with any of it. It's not a bad ask, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's the percentages go away quickly when you have to deal with all of that different things, and the chargeback scams are so scary. Luckily they're in the. I think that ever since Pokevault, did you follow the story?
I did.
His story with that $7,000 in one shot.
Yep.
And when it's almost good that happened to somebody like him who's like, oh no, I'm this is gonna be, I'm gonna take care of this. Like I got a lawyer friend, and I'm blasting this guy, and I don't know where it's at right now. I know he's made like 4 or 5 different episodes, but I just wonder if it'll ever get better. Like, I just don't understand how the credit card companies can just blindly side with the buyer every single time without, like, no questions asked. I just don't understand it. Like, they just don't want to deal with what? I don't understand why they won't want to get to the actual, like, why don't they talk to the seller? I don't get it. Like Pokevault Sean, he said they wouldn't even talk to him. I forget what company it was. Like, they wouldn't even answer an email, a phone call, like nothing at all.
I believe it. I've had orders, again, it doesn't happen all the time, but the most recent chargeback, it was delivered to their door. The UPS took a picture of it at their door. It was signed, dude, literally signed by the person. And then they still charge it back, and their bank just like, yeah, it's fine. And I provided all that evidence. Like, this is where they signed. This is the date. This is their door. Here's the tracking to the door. Fraud. Like, that's what people do, right? Like, people will literally do that. Yeah. So to answer the question, that's how you get burnt.
Right. So. Yeah. No, that was a good question. That was a great question. DJ, do you grade at all?
Not anymore. Now that PSA's raised it so much. So I stopped grading when PSA made the centering harder, because I was getting like a lot of 10s, like a good amount of 10s. As soon as they made it harder, I did like 2 more submissions, all 9s, every single card. And I said, okay, this isn't worth it, man. I'm not going to keep getting 9s. And then also, hey, the bull run continued. Then the time became more and more and more. Now it's like 9 months or something. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I would assume a year at this point. Yeah. I would assume a year. I think it's 8 or 9 months working day, or I think it's 7 to 8 months working days right now. It's 2021 all over again. For those of you that weren't here in 2021, it was an anniversary year. Logan Paul did a first edition box break. It's like literally it's almost to the month, like exactly the same. And I believe it was. I think it was by midsummer. PSA was like, done, no more submissions. And I think it went a year. I think it went almost a year. It was It was wild. I know people that it took them I think 18, 19 months to get their cards back.
Jeez.
It was wild. But Here is the huge difference between now and then. CGC had just started grading cards. Like literally, I think they started because PSA was shutting down. I graded with CGC immediately because comic books. I was playing in that. I trusted CGC because I knew them. Most people in the Pokemon community did not know who CGC was, so everyone was very hesitant to send to them.
Right.
Things are way different now. CGC is grading 650,000 cards a month right now. So they are much more respected now. They've gotten their scale straightened out for as much as a grading company can have their scale figured out. Like they're all a hot mess, right? We know that. Um, PSA has to be terrified to shut down right now because CGC could seriously take a good part of their market share. I think a lot of people think that's a hot take, and like I know I don't think PSA is going anywhere, but I think CGC is for TCG, not for sports. CGC doesn't do well with sports, but yeah, I don't know. I personally grade hundreds of cards with CGC, so I'm a big fan of their slabs, and the liquidity is still there. Yeah, they don't go for as much as a PSA 10. The CGC pristines do sometimes 20 or 30% better than a PSA 10, and they are
Oh, really?
yeah, oh yeah, the pristine 10s do well. They're easier to hit than the Beckett Black Label, but I would say it's Beckett Black Label, CGC pristine, and then PSA 10 would be the tier right now. And if you want to throw a tag 10 in there, I I hate tag personally. I'm not a fan. Um, but yeah, CGC, they're here to stay. They're definitely here to stay. I know it's not liquid at shows and stuff, but collectors like that truly don't plan on selling their cards anytime soon really do like CGC for their graded cards. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and if PSA actually does have to shut it down soon.
I doubt they'll have to shut down, man, because the reason the times are so backed up is because there's too many people.
Yep.
Everybody's trying. They're so backed up. So I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see.
If they hit a year, if they hit a year on the turnaround times, which they're only one or two more tiers from being at that year, I think they'll at least shut down. I mean, they just raised bulk from 25 to 50. Um,
That's crazy.
so the minimum you can send is 50. So that's probably going to stop about 2% of people. Anybody who's already sending 25 submit like, okay, I'll just send 50. I'll get together 25 more cards. I think they'll probably shut down the first two or three tiers and then just have the grading tiers that are like $200 plus a card. So you'll just have the high end stuff going in. I do agree. I don't think they'll completely shut it down like they did like 5 years ago. They shut it all down. You couldn't even do like Super Express, like anything.
Really?
They were yeah, it was wild. It was crazy. I think they may have still had walk through it like at shows and stuff and maybe in person drop off like the 1 to 3 day thing maybe. But yeah, for the most part all the tiers were shut down. It was dark times. It was crazy. And everybody thought it was going to be a junk slab era, the next year or two after that. And it wasn't. The amount of slabs that are going to be out there in the next year or two, though, I mean, they're grading 2.2 million cards a month, just PSA, and then you have
It's a lot.
CGC.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's 70% Pokemon right now. Well, 70% TCG. PSA is grading, so they're pulling sports graders. Sports grade. They have sport people that grade only sports and people that grade only TCG.
Right.
Apparently, they're pulling sports people over to TCG now, and that's what the holdup is in the what do they call it? The review period is taking so long because of all the different variants, and you have this was this flat
Pokemon
ball
stuff.
that has a master ball and a
Yeah.
pokeball and a reverse and a hollow and a whatever. So like that's where the bottleneck is right now. I would imagine they could probably in a couple months get people trained up and get that flowing, but the 30th anniversary is coming. Then the 30th anniversary hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna
Yeah,
have
I don't
another
even think it's worth
huge
grading.
influx. So
What's
no,
the point? I don't even know why people
with
are
PSA.
doing it unless you're expressing it some big top dollar car. What's the point? What's the point of waiting a year? Why don't
Yeah,
just sell
no.
it? Just sell it.
CGC 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what I've noticed for CGC? The only people using CGC, except for people like you, I'm sure they love you. But overall, it's just people that are like whatnotters, people selling on eBay. People just want something for their rip and chips or not rip and
Yeah,
chips, like auctioning and stuff. But that's all I'm
auctioning.
seeing. I
And you know what?
never see them at
Mi-
shows ever.
you know how many CGC slabs are in mystery bags and
Mystery.
mystery labs, dude? I
Exactly.
mean, you
Yeah.
open and no, like I don't blame, like they still have value. The card is still a good card. You know, Mason, you opened up last night. Yep, there they are. I think most of the boxes, like 4 out of the 5 cards, were CGC. But by the way, dude, like I got my package today.
Oh, nice.
Wait, like what? I don't know how like it wasn't overnighted or anything. I got it today, like a half a day. That was wild. Because
No,
that was
it
just.
was 2 days ago.
Oh, was that 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking that it was last night. Okay, that makes more sense then.
Because I'm
But
in Virginia, so
yeah, yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania. We're close. Yeah, we're
yeah, it's
close.
really close.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm really worried about CGC times getting worse now. Right now we're at like 4 to 5 weeks. I hope that doesn't start to get pushed a little bit. Then it's like, oh boy, then we're all in trouble. But yeah, it's an interesting part of, and it's funny, the sealed investors and the sealed collectors and the people that do the grading plays and speculate in the slabs. It's like two different worlds. It's almost a whole different, like, of course there's people that play in both, like on the business side, but
Yeah,
as far as like the collector base and stuff, it's totally different.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But I bet you if the people submitting to CGC and all this stuff, had the opportunity to do it the same speed as PSA, they would go PSA. I bet you.
Yes. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Every business would pick PSA. I would still say probably 70% of collectors, 70 to 80% would still want their stuff in PSA for their personal collection, and it's because of the value. It's because of the value that it holds.
Right.
But how about the? Did you see the bubble Mew that sold for
Yeah,
$236,000?
I did see that.
I don't
Stupid.
understand. It's so stupid. I don't understand the Beckett Black Label thing. Like, it's such a gate kept. It just feels like, I don't know. Is it really a perfect card compared to another 10 in BGS? I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what the future of Beckett is now the PSA owns them. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But
I'd
yeah,
rather buy a
yeah,
house, but to the people buying that, they probably don't care. That's like us spending $100. They don't
it's
care, man.
100%. Yeah,
They're
100%.
rich.
And that's something that's definitely underestimated. There's a lot of athletes now, that just that have TikToks and YouTubes and different stuff. Man, they just buy cases of stuff and just rip it just for fun. Those rip a box every day, like on a short or on a live stream, um, just for fun. Like, people underestimate. Like, guess what? Rich people like the hobby too.
Yeah, for
Athletes
sure.
and celebrities, and they can just shred through cases like nothing, and then you add the rip and shippers in there, and yeah, it's wild. I really do think that there is less being kept sealed now than ever, which is crazy to think about.
I could believe that. I could believe when Rudy can't get anything. I mean, who's getting the Pokemon? Like it's the botters, and then they're obviously not going to sell it for like a discount or anything. They're going to sell it
Nope.
to the rip and shippers, and it just stays expensive.
Yep.
For sure.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, and that's why, as long as you have that, and the people buying there's a lot of collectors that do truly like going into streams, and they'll buy 10 or 15 packs a night because they don't feel like going and waiting in line at Target at 5 a.m. And I don't blame them. Like, I would rather do that too. I don't want to go to Target at 5 a.m. and wait in line and just to get one box of a booster bundle. I'd rather just pay $10 a pack on Nostalgianomics Stream 2 to just get the packs if I just want the
For sure.
cards. Like,
For sure.
so when you have that going on, plus you have the just pure degenerate gamblers that are just addicted, and that'll never stop. I mean, we just live in a gambling society. Sports betting is just more and more states keep getting approved, which didn't North Carolina just get approved or something now? Like, yeah.
I'm
So
not sure.
I can't believe that all 50 states. I think we're up to 30 some states now that it's fully like everything is legal, like DraftKings and all that stuff. So as that stuff continues, there is that part of the hobby that is just pure gambling, and that's gonna keep going. And when you just add up all these things and the collecticons and the just all the card shows just maxed out. I mean, my local shows, they've expanded as much as they possibly can in these conference rooms and these colleges and these casinos and the hotels. They're like 3 floors. They have wall to wall
Oh
tables,
wow.
100, Oh, dude, it's crazy. So my local card show that I frequented for years, they were probably at 60 tables like four years ago. Then they went up to 80. Then they went up to 100. Then they went into the hallway. Then they went to the second floor. Then they had 160 tables. Dude, they're onto the third floor of this college that they do it at now. They're
It's
maxed
crazy.
out. They're sold out of tables for every show for the whole year.
Wow.
You can't get a table for the whole year. It's once a month. It's a Saturday, and you go in there and you can't move. It's
Oh,
packed,
oh,
dude.
yeah. The show I'm
It's
going to in Fredericksburg next weekend is 600 plus tables. It's crazy.
600 tables. What kind
600
of event is
plus.
that? That's got to be at a convention center, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's huge, man. It's called 703. To me, it's
Okay.
better than Collecticon, and it's a bigger deal than Collecticon for my state. That's just my
Really?
opinion. Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. That show is wild. Like I've done two 703 shows so far. It's a huge deal, man. And they also
Wow.
do a great job of advertising. Like they always buy like the big names. So like Coop
Oh,
Collectible, the
oh,
nice guy.
of course. Yep.
They pay him. They pay the dad. What's his name? Pokey Dad? I don't know. He's got a
Dad
beard.
beard,
Dad beard.
beard,
Yep.
dad collectibles. Yeah.
Beard dad. And
I'm
then
sure Jar Chomp will be there. I'm sure.
Jar Chomp will always be there. And then like they'll get like 10, 15 other like top YouTubers that are in the betting space. A
Nice.
lot of them will travel. And then of course, like everybody else after that is like YouTuber, like all of them. I get in just because they know I'm in Virginia, to be honest with you. Like they know I'm
Right.
in Virginia. So they save me a slot because I make YouTube videos and stuff. I think that helps for sure. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it helps. Not
100%.
that I
Yeah.
guess I'm definitely not a big deal compared to them at all by any means, but it helps. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a social media presence, I'm not saying you can't get in these shows, but like good luck. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
just me, even somebody small like me, a couple thousand subs, I just go on my Instagram, I go on my YouTube. Hey guys, I'm going to be there. Maybe that attracts another 20, 30 people. And then obviously people who have 20,000, 10,000 subs, they attract another 50, 100. And then you talk about Coop, who's got 1 million subs, forget about it, right? Like he probably
Yep.
attracts thousands of people when he just says,
Right.
hey guys, I'm here. So if you can get 600 vendors and 400 of them are YouTubers and Instagram people, and you attract tens of thousands of
Oh,
people to come in.
that's why New Jersey Collecticon is such a crap show, because you have Rev, Pokey Rev, who has 3 million subs.
Yeah.
He goes. You have Cool Trainer Ryan, that's in New Jersey. Pokey Plumber, like all the biggest. Kira, like is close. Like I think she always goes to that one. So you just have a lot of the biggest YouTubers in the space all in that area, and they all go to New Jersey Collecticon. So like right there, like it's. Well, I'm looking for. So I'm actually going to New Jersey Collecticon. It'll be
Nice.
my first. It'll be my first one in July. So I'm really excited. I'm just going. I just got a ticket, and I'm just gonna walk around and meet people, and yeah. So I'll be doing a little bit of buying, I guess. But mainly
Hopefully
just
you
kind of
want
want
to
to
pay full market
experience
value.
full market. Yep,
Be
100% full
ready.
market.
It is
Yeah, yeah.
full market at
Oh, I,
Collecticon.
I've
Yeah.
heard that most vendors mark stuff up 10 to 20% above market, and then
Yeah.
they'll come down and meet you at market.
So when I was at
But
this last 703 show, I forgot where in Virginia that was, but I probably got offered by Whatnotters at least 5 or 6 different ones, 85% for the whole table. Like they'll walk around and they'll buy the entire booth, man. Everything you own, every sealed, because they need it for their streams. They'll come up to 90%, but they'll buy literally everything you own, every sealed product, every card, the junk ones, the good ones. And so they'll say, hey, this is how many they buy. They're walking around with like 500,000 cash. 85%, 85%, whole booth, whole booth. Nope. Next person. 85%, buy the whole booth. They'll pack it all up. Then they go across. 85%, 85%, buy that guy. I just watched it happen. I've literally seen it. The only reason I never sold my boost for 85% was because I knew at the time I had like 3 or 4 more shows. So I was like, well, I already signed up for them all. you know, so like I need product, but this is my last one. So I'll tell you what, they walk around, hit me up with the 85%. I'll counter with 87. And yeah, you can have it all, man. You just have it all. And I'll just buy more.
That's even for sealed?
Oh, everything. They'll take literally everything you have.
Everything.
Doesn't matter what's at your booth, bro. They'll buy all of it. And they're in an abundance. And these guys aren't even vendors. They're just people who go as an attendee. And them and their team literally will just buy it all because they'll put it on Whatnot for 120%, 130. They don't care about paying even 90%. Yep. They'll make their 25%, 30% gains easily putting it on eBay and these live shows. People on, I don't know what it is. These people are idiots, man. They will literally, I've seen a white flare ETB back when they were going for $65, pay 130. Like people pay double. They're just idiots when they're watching live. Like, yeah, I'll buy it. No problem.
Yeah, I've seen some wild things on Whatnot for sure. I've seen a lot of vendor content now, some of the bigger guys in the space telling people, make sure you have a take it all number.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, so like that, which is just, that was never a thing before, what, 8 months ago, 10 months ago. Like that's just wild. And I wonder, that hit its breaking point with as far as the slabs go, because I had not heard about it with sealed. That's wild. But with slabs, you know, most of these people are contracted by GameStop for the power packs or Fanatics for the what are they called, instant rips and all that stuff. Once those platforms get filled up with their slabs, and you know, especially the lower tier and the mid tier ones that, what, 80 to 90% of them, the people just sell back and re-roll because you get, you know, 80% of your money back and then you just re-roll. And then the grails, you obviously, most people get the grails shipped to you when you hit those, or maybe you take the payout, whatever. But once these platforms get filled with all the lower end stuff, I wonder if that stops, because I've heard of people paying 110% for the lower to mid tier stuff because they needed more of that. Which there was one going around, was it Chicago Collecticon? They only wanted slabs under $100 and they were paying 110% of market.
Oh wow. Yeah, it could be the mystery slab thing. You know,
it is. I truly think it is. And it'll be interesting when they all finally get their fill, or maybe they won't. I mean, maybe enough people get the junk slabs shipped to them, and dude, there's just going to be millions of CGC 7s and PSA 8s just laying in people's closets. Like it's going to be wild to see where grading goes from here, because yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, no, that's, so yeah, so Collecticon, interesting. Yeah, I've heard Charlotte Collecticon is one of the better ones, I've heard.
I've only been to Richmond. I don't like Collecticon personally. It's not for me.
Okay. Oh, Richmond has one as well.
Yeah, I really don't like Collecticon. It's $50 to get in. And then the first time I took my family, so it was like 50-50 for me and the wife, and then the kids, they were still expensive. I don't remember, like $25-30 a pop. I spent $200 on what? Like to look at cards that are overpriced. Like that's my feeling. But again, when you go to a Collecticon, you will get no deals. There's no discounts, there's no deal, at least from what I've seen. That's anecdotal, but it's for whales, right? So people are coming in there and they're dropping 30K, 50K. So like you coming around like, hey, you know, you take $5 off. Maybe they will, but probably not. If you're looking for a deal, that is not the place to go. If you don't have tons of cash ready, like be prepared, y'all, for some disappointment. So I didn't have a bunch of cash and I was still learning, and hell, I'm still learning to this day. But I was very disappointed, man. For me, I like a mid-tier show because I can like work a little bit.
Yeah.
I can, you know what I've been doing recently, since like I've been trying to cut down on vending. Again, this hopefully is my last show. I've been going to shows, but as a buyer, and that's been awesome. You know who really inspired me to do that? There was this kid, forget his name. He's only 22 years old. He's blowing up on YouTube right now. It says like 22-year-old spends $300,000.
He's doing the 10K to $1 million challenge, right?
I don't know about that. Maybe he is. Maybe I haven't noticed.
Okay.
But he inspired me. So he goes to these shows. To be fair, he only buys cards, which I don't really care for buying cards as an investment. I really buy the sealed for my business. But I've watched this other guy as well. He pays 80% or 85%, depending what it is. He'll buy the entire booth sealed product only. He's not interested in cards. So I was like, why don't I try that? So I tried that at a local show a couple months ago. It worked great. I said, hey, do you have anything at your booth that you'd be willing to sell for 80% sealed product? No, okay, no problem. And next person, next person, and then I left there with like 40 ETBs. Like it was all surging, it was all Twilight. It wasn't the good stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I needed it at the time. I didn't really have I didn't really figure out how to source inventory that well. Still learning, right? Like this is a brand new business for me, man. I'm still figuring out every
Yep.
day. I do not have it all
Yeah.
figured out, but that was a great avenue at that time to get a bunch of ETBs. And so now I prefer doing that. And it's great too because I don't have to price a bunch of cards. I don't have to wake up early. I don't have to commit, 10 hours or whatever it is. I don't have to drive there. I don't have to stand there for 8 hours. I can go there at noon, because I'm not a morning person. I do not like waking up early. I have to for my job, but I don't like it. So
Yep.
it's great for me
Same.
because I wake up at 9, which is for me sleeping in. 9 is sleeping in, like
Yep.
super, super
Agreed.
late. And
Agreed.
then I can, hang out, do something, and then go to the show at noon, stay there for 2 hours and leave.
Yeah.
It's great. It's way better. Way better.
That's kind of what my plan is. So I was planning on going with about 5 grand in cash. Well, not cash, but loaded up on like the Venmo or whatever. But I paid $137 for a ticket to New Jersey Collecticon. That's how much it was.
Dang. Just to
Because I
get
wanted to
in?
go just to get in for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, that's fair.
But I was planning on rolling in late Saturday, like what I say, like 10 o'clock. I don't feel like doing the whole 7 a.m. line thing.
Right.
And then I was told in Discord by some people in the know, like the where the fun stuff happens and the connections and everything is in the lobby after the show on Saturday. Like that's
Okay.
where. So I'm planning on meeting up with a couple other YouTubers and content creators and business people and stuff, and just grabbing dinner and just hanging out with people. So
Yeah,
and
that'd
then
be cool.
Sunday is when I was gonna hit it because I think people are more willing to do deals on Sunday towards the end of the day, and then I'm just gonna be looking for probably like some cross grading plays or CGC nines. Blue label CGC nines are basically CGC tens now. The
Oh,
9.5s
why?
are literally tens. So when CGC first started in 2021, they were using the blue label exactly the same as the comic books. Have you seen those labels?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Cards, yeah. So they did those for maybe 3 years, and then about 2 years ago, they changed their grading standards and they did away with the blue labels, and now they do like the black and silver labels. And they completely changed their scale so much where if you have a 9.5 CGC blue label, you can literally send it in and they will make it a 10 and send it back to you.
Oh, because it was
No questions
stricter back
asked.
then?
Like it was impossible to get a 10.
I see.
I sent 400 cards. I got zero tens.
Dang.
Zero.
Dang.
Yeah, I was pissed. But I didn't understand how I got a bunch of 9.5s, which were basically tens.
Right.
But because of that, even so, everybody knows that 9.5s are tens. But the nines, the CGC 9 blue labels are phenomenal condition. Most of the, obviously, who knows what grader you get, but most CGC 9s are PSA 10s in the blue label, not the black label. They got,
Okay.
I think they went a little too extreme now. CGC with they're a little too lenient now, I think. But a regular CGC 10 is probably a little weaker than a PSA 10. But although I've seen some really weak PSA 10s.
Oh,
But
yeah. They used
yeah,
to be
but
really
anyway.
bad.
Anyway, I love hunting for CGC nines at shows because you can usually get them really cheap, and you have a good opportunity to do a cross play or just bump it up with CGC because the tens go for way more than the nines do, just because it's a 10. So,
Question.
yeah, there's always some plays there, but
Question for you. So I
yeah.
heard you said you have a business. So like, are you going to sell sealed product? You sell cards, and then also like, how would you source your inventory?
That's a great question. So yeah, I'm all set up. I'm officially a sole proprietor business, which is that how you're set up? Or are you an LLC?
So I was an LLC. Now I'm just waiting to get approved for S corp. We've already like filed it.
Oh, for S
So
corp. Oh, okay, gotcha,
yeah, yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
So I'm just sole proprietor because I'm not gonna have any employees anytime soon or anything like that. And I am working on my a large portion of my collection as inventory. So because it's kind of tricky because I've just been a collector for almost 15 years.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of collection, but there's a lot of things that I want to use to kind of start up the business side of it. And so I have a good bit of inventory in my storage unit that is going to be a nice starting point. I'm not sure how I want to sell that yet. A part of me wants to just liquidate it to a Probstein or a DC Sports and just get paid out 95% on it.
Right.
I don't think that's a terrible option. I'm actively grading hundreds of cards. I'm trying to do hundreds of cards a month, hundreds of cards every other month, I would say right now, through CGC Fanatics. So I'm just trying to build some cash that way. Um, and then yeah, I sold off a lot of my slabs that I had. Like all my PSA slabs are basically gone. So I basically have, when it's all said and done, I'm going to have about 10 grand of seed money, and then a good amount of sealed product to start. And then I'm going to start getting some sealed cases of Japanese and Chinese. I don't know if I want to sell them on my eBay yet. My eBay is still private. Like when I say private, it's set up as the business on the back end, and I put like the wholesaler license through there for tax purposes and everything. But I haven't changed the name yet. It's just like a random, like no one would know it's me, because I have to get the PO box set up and all that stuff.
Right.
So there's still, that's like the last part. I got the bank account and all that stuff. So there's just a couple little things I have to do yet. So within like 2 weeks, it'll be fully ready to go. But I'm just being really patient with it, and I don't have to do any collection buys to start because I have so much. Um, so I don't know. I just know I want to interact with the hobby more on the business side because it's the content that I've enjoyed watching the most over the last really year, like 2 year to 2 years.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like for what 5, 6, 7 years, I just watched collector content. I just watched rips and just whatever, openings and stuff like that. But then once I found Rudy, and then once I found Alex,
Hey.
and then you know, and it's like, okay, well now my collection's worth 10 grand, my collection's worth 20 grand, my collection's worth 50 grand. It's like, okay, you know what? This is getting kind of serious now. And I don't know if you know this. I sold a team up box last summer for $10,000.
I did not know that. No.
I did, and I never thought I was collecting. So from the XY era on, I collected one booster box of every single set, and so it was like halfway through the XY era, and last summer, stuff started going crazy, and Sun and Moon went crazy, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm a collector. I'm never breaking up this collection. Like I love the Sun and Moon era, and then Team Up was 4K, and then it was 5K, and I'm like, whatever. Then it hit 7K, 8K. It was getting close to 10K, and I threw it up on my eBay for 11,000,
Nice.
and I just got offer, like 7K, 8K, whatever. And then someone comes in and messages me, hey, like we talked about the condition, right? Um, can you send me pictures out of the acrylic? I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm like, are you serious? You're serious about buying this? And he's like, yes, I'm really serious about it. So I took pictures from all angles and stuff. Dude, I was grilling the guy. I was asking him so many questions because I'm like, why do you want, like, what are you buying this for? He sent me a picture of his Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds, and Cosmic,
Oh, nice.
tag team boxes. He's like, it's just to finish the collection and stuff like that. I took videos of myself packaging it every step of the way, and I DM'd it to him in eBay,
Right.
in eBay, because eBay, it's they're getting a little better, but they protect the buyer so much more than the seller.
Of
It's
course.
like I've heard so many horror stories of people getting a sealed box. They're like, this is fake. They ship back a fake one, and eBay
Yep.
refunds them their money. And so,
Right.
so I was like, actually, Anon helped me a lot through that.
Oh,
I was
nice.
messaging with him a lot through that whole thing. And he's like, dude, do you do next day shipping, next day air, pay the extra money, like it's worth it. But yeah, anyway. So that was kind of the first step of like selling off something of my collection that actually it like meant a lot to me, and I actually didn't want to sell it, but I'm like, I have a 1 year at the time, like I have a 1-year-old daughter, and this
Nice.
can help my
Congrats.
family so much. Yeah, thanks, man. So getting $10,000 for a booster box that I paid $180 for 5 years prior,
That's great, dude.
dude,
Nice.
it's wild. So
Suggestion.
ever
Suggestion would be, because you're doing the business, right? Like you're an LLC. You're really doing this now. This is like more than collecting, or maybe I'm just giving you tips here. It's really easy to sell. So like in this market, any dummy can do it, right? That's easy. You need to really start thinking about how you're going to source stuff. I'll be honest, because like that's the difficult part, right? Is otherwise you're just selling shit on eBay, right? Anybody can do that. But like the hard part is cracking the code of how do I get stuff in. I'm not saying you have to get things in, but you need to consider like how you're going to get things in, because it goes by fast, man. It goes by quick.
So fortunately, I have I don't even know what to call them. They're kind of like a wholesaler, but they just have They have 7 different distributors. They've been a store for 35 years. They're not really they're kind of a store. They're not an LGS. They don't have Play or anything like that. They've been a store for 35 years, but they allow people that have businesses to open an account with them, just like
Nice.
like they would be a store. So I have an account with them, and I'm able to buy stuff for roughly 10% under market. Sometimes it's a little better, sometimes it's a little worse. And then I
Right.
don't pay any sales tax.
That's good.
So that is, and I'm able to buy like booster box cases. Like I can buy a KS Rising booster box case tomorrow. Stuff like, actually I could have bought it tonight, but I didn't go. So I do have that plug. That is a relationship that I've had for a long time, and I've used it to build a nice collection over the last few years. But and I don't want to sell on eBay by any means. Like that was just for the team up box. I just threw it up there, just kind of YOLOing it, and because I sell a lot of sports cards as well, sports singles,
Oh, cool.
just because there's just a lot of liquidity there with some inserts and stuff like that. It's like nothing. It's just I just do it for fun. I like ripping sports boxes and then getting my money back. So yeah, sports it's so crazy how different sports and Pokemon are. It is so different. Like the floor for sports boxes, hobby boxes, is so much higher than a Pokemon box. Like you can rip a Pokemon booster box and get $3 out of it. This sports is a little higher of a floor. But yeah. Anyway, I need to figure out. I think I want to start a website.
Okay. Nice.
I think I want to start a website. I'm not 100% sure. I know that I don't want to vend. I know that I don't want to sell on TCG Player. I love grading. That the liquidity that grading offers you is like unparalleled. It's just crazy. I wish I had the time right now to do what you're doing with the collections. I don't at this exact moment with my work schedule. I do not. But grading does not take a lot of time.
Isn't
Like
that
and
like a
yeah.
chance though? Like you never know what you're gonna get. Like, is that sustainable? Is that a business? I'm just asking. I don't know, because if I send in these cards and my hopes and dreams are I get a bunch of 10. Like, what if you get a bunch of 9s? Does that not mess up your
Yeah,
business?
it would, but if you're a good pre-grader, you should be hitting at least 30 to 40% tens.
Okay.
And the multiplier is just so high. And it's a volume game, right? I mean, you look at somebody like Dan, because I'll say him because he has said this in his live streams. I'm not like outing him on this.
Right.
He's somebody who grades thousands of cards a month, like thousands. And yeah, I'm sure there's probably 100 cards a month that he loses money on. He probably loses $5 or $6 after the grading fees, because you get some random 7s and 8s and not right in there. But
Right.
the
Right.
multipliers on when you have the Meowth from Perfect Order, that what does that card sell for, like 150, $200 in a PSA 10, that it's going for like $1,200 right now.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Like, so when you have those kind of multipliers, and that's an extreme example, and it's not always that extreme, but even if you a 2x, 3x, your wins make up so much more for your losses. it's really, and it's a compliment to your business, right? Like you still sell sealed, you still do your rip and ship, you still do whatever, so I think you kind of have you have so many different legs to the business that you can do. That are, you have your stable ones and your not so stable ones. Like for you, you're doing the most, one of the most rock solid things you can do. You buy a collection at a percentage and you sell it right away for a higher percentage, right? Like that's like
Right.
the best way to do it sustainably.
I think it's the hardest.
Yeah,
It's the hardest and the most expensive, man.
Yeah, no, that's why I could not handle the volume right now. Like I can't, I don't have the liquidity to buy a $20,000 or $30,000 collection right now.
Yeah.
But I'll get there. I'll get there. And I love live streaming. I love rip and shipping. So I've thought about doing that again. I did it on Whatnot last year.
Did you?
I did like 6 shows. And it was a lot of fun, man. And so I'm thinking about starting that up again. Yeah, like I said, I'm just at this point right now where I'm like, I know I want to interact with the hobby more. I'm always going to be a collector. Like even if I start a successful business in the space, I'm always going to be a collector. But I've gotten to the point where I just love Pokemon so much. I owe it to myself to try to do something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's why I started the channel. Brian Pokecenter, like, I think you have a similar story. Like before he left, before he had his kid, he said, like, if you want to have a business in this space, you have to make content. Turn on the freaking camera. I mean, his video today was kind of similar to that as well.
Yeah, it was a great video.
It was awesome. I was crying. I was dying. And then Alex's comment was great.
I saw Alex's comment.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was so funny. So, but yeah. Anyway, so I knew I owe it to myself to just try something, and I want to kind of try a little bit of everything. I already know a lot of things that I don't like. I know some things that I do like. But yeah. Oh yeah. So Brian, he's like, turn on the camera. So I did it. I can't believe it took me 7 years to turn the camera on when I've been in since 2018. I haven't stopped collecting since 2018. I got back in 2012 and was ripping black and white boxes. Should have been filming myself back then. But yeah, so right now I'm just having fun. I do a video every day. I'm always at my local card shops looking for graded plays. And Anand's program is fantastic. Dude, like, I think I got in total 12 cases of Ascended Hero, different, miscellaneous products, but 12 cases of Ascended Heroes from him. And the average pack price is somewhere like $9.50 a pack.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
So, shout out to Anand. His program is I don't know if he's full. I think he's full, right? There's a wait list now, I think, to get in.
I don't know if there is. So the premium one, I'm not a member of, unfortunately. I would love to, but
yeah.
I don't know if Elite. I was waitlisted, but then now that I have DJ's Pokecenter, I made a new Discord. So then I rejoined the Discord for that. So I don't even think I've signed up again.
Gotcha.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't think it would help my business where I'm at right now that much, to be honest. Because even if I get 3 to 5 cases, it helps. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't help, but it doesn't dude, I'll go through cases like instantly. You know what I mean? Like I just listed 3. Well, I've only listed 1 at a time for Chaos Rising. So we'll see if that sells. It's not like a super hyped up set, but like if I get cases of Ascended or Prismatic or like the big sets, man, it's just shredded. Like I go through 10 cases in a weekend, like gone. Just you know what I mean? So I need oh dude, yeah. Like I'm doing like last month was like 118,000 on Shopify and then like 5,000 or 6,000 in sales. This is sales, right? 5,000 or 6,000 in private sales. This month I'm up to like 80 something thousand. I would have already hit 100,000, but I'm not selling the Prismatic. I bought like 30 cases of Prismatic ETBs, but they're just sitting in the room over there. They're just sitting over there because I don't want to sell them.
Did you buy you buy them from Retro?
No, Retro. Shout out to Retro. He was a little more expensive than my guy was.
Okay, gotcha. Nice.
And it mattered, $100 each one.
Oh, $10,
Man.
$10 in ETB, $10 in ETB.
Right. So it adds up when you're buying 30 cases, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I know Alex and Brian both bought, I think, 50 cases or 100 cases from Retro. So I just didn't know. I know a lot of people were buying from, and that's where I need to get, that's why I need to get liquid. And that's why I'm figuring out my next steps, because I want to be able to start taking advantage of stuff like that. Like I missed out on Prismatic. Now I probably won't be able to build a big position like that ever again in Prismatic. And you know, that's fine. It's fine.
It's been going down, surprisingly.
What, at 185, right? Is that what they're at? Something like that?
Oh God. Last I looked, it was like 170.
Oh, are they that low?
It's showing 154. Let me check market price though.
Oh wow, 154. Man, sorry, chat. I've been ignoring chat. We'll go. How long are you good to go? I got another 20 minutes I can go. Are you good to go 2 hours?
Yeah, I could do 2 hours. Yeah, 160 is market price currently.
Wow.
But the cheap. So this is weird, right? The cheapest without a tear is 170s. So it's all over the place on TCG. Yeah, cheapest no name sellers like actually above that 175 plus $5 shipping, so like 180 for like a reputable seller. So I don't know. It's weird when you look at it.
It is, yeah. It's all over the place. Yeah, interesting. Guys, drop any questions you have for DJ or myself. We're gonna go for about another 20 minutes, so drop them in and we'll get to them here. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. The 41 of you that are left, we hit 60 at one point. We hit 60 live viewers, which is by far. I hit 50. I touched 50 for a moment last week. So
nice, bro.
Definitely appreciate everybody, dude. It's so, man. I was telling Henry last night. I got the imposter syndrome hardcore. The channel has just been popping off lately, and appreciate it so much. Everybody tuning in and engaging. It's been so much fun, man. YouTube is, I know this is what, your 4th YouTube channel?
Probably 5th.
you lost count.
Yeah, I mean, I also started when I was really young, you know, like
right, yeah,
like
exactly.
21, you know, so like your taste change in life, right? Like originally it was a family thing, and then like my wife didn't want to do it anymore, and then it was the gaming, and then I got a little older and I was like, I don't have time to game anymore, and then it became crypto. Or no, at one point I had a comic book one in between, and then crypto, and then here we are, right? And who knows, 10 years from now, hopefully it's still Pokemon. I would love it to be Pokemon.
I was going to ask, where does this rank on just the pure fun scale compared to your other channels?
The second most fun.
Second gaming was the most fun, right?
No, crypto. Bro.
Oh, of course, crypto. Okay. What do you think crypto will ever pump again like it did, or do you think it'll be a more steady growth now?
I think, I don't know about altcoins, because like that's hard to say, right?
Bitcoin,
like
Ethereum,
Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to $1 million eventually. I don't know when that is. You know, oh yeah, 100%. I shouldn't say 100. I'll leave a percentage off. 99% sure. I don't know if that's 10 years. Is that? Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Is that 20 years? Is that? Because here's the thing with Bitcoin, and I'm gonna try and make this like a Bitcoin conversation. But every 4 years, you have what's called a Bitcoin halving, which means that only half of the supply is now being able to be issued to everyone. So it's really mining. So right now, every 10 minutes, there's a block. It's about 3.1 Bitcoin, right? But not even 4 years from now, in 2028, which is just 2 years from now, this is why there's always a bull cycle for Bitcoin, because next time it's only, every 4 years this happens. It's always, I'm not gonna say guaranteed, but almost guaranteed there's always a bull run, because this continues to happen every 4 years. So like how with the dollar, more is printed, right? Yep. Every month, probably. I don't know, right? Like trillions are printed every
minute.
Every minute, right? So it becomes worth less over time. Bitcoin's the complete opposite. It's worth more over time, because every 4 years you have a Bitcoin halving. So the supply in 2028 in April, there's only going to be 1.5 for everybody. 4 years from that, I don't know what 1.5 is divided by, you know, like what 0.6 something, 6.5, whatever that,
something like that.
12 years from now, there's going to be less than one for everybody on the planet to have, the entire world to share. Then 4 years from that, there's half of a Bitcoin for the entire planet to share. And then from there, it was 0.25 so over time, it's harder and harder to get where like the dollar or something is inflationary, right? So they just print
Right.
more.
Is Bitcoin the only one that's a finite amount like that, or is there other ones that do that?
There's some that do,
Okay.
but a lot of them it's what's called proof of stake, which means like it's unlimited or something, or like they'll cap it. You know, you can create your own coin. You could do that right now. You could create Krabby's
Right.
coin, and you could say
Yep.
there's an infinite supply. Like Ethereum is like infinite, for example,
Right.
or
Yeah.
XRP is like they can print it basically.
Yeah.
They don't do it, but they could.
Right. Yeah. Low roller. People have been saying Dogecoin is going to go to $1 for 10 years. I don't. DJ, were you ever a Dogecoin believer?
Oh yeah, I mean, I made money off it. I made a lot of money off it, like
okay.
20,000.
Nice.
Like, dude, you got to think too. I mean, I've been doing stocks since I was like 21. I'm 36 now, so
Right.
I've
Okay.
already been through so many cycles.
Yeah.
Like I already, by the time I was in Dogecoin, I was on like my third or fourth bull run. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So not in crypto necessarily, but like once you've, and this is something that people like get confused, like, oh, you're new to Pokemon, it's your first bull cycle. That's not a lie, but I've also been doing this for, almost 20 years, right? So like I know when something's too good to be true. That's why right now I sell everything. And then I buy more. I just turn and burn because it's too good to be true. Like you could be any person in the world and sell Pokemon right now and feel like a genius, right?
Yeah.
You're not a genius. So while the euphoria is there, while everybody's, feeling good and stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep selling. I'm just going to keep selling, buy more, sell. And then when 30th comes and we're at like this crazy euphoria peak, I'm just going to sell it all. And then we'll buy more if it drops and just keep going and going. So
I agree.
I just know what it feels like, man. I felt this not 1,000 times, it's exaggeration, but I felt this so many times. And when times are good, that's when I sell, like for sure. To answer your question, I have to rewind of why crypto was so much more fun. It's because at least in the 2021 bull run and it's still 2022, 2023, the difference of being like a YouTuber in the crypto world, I was a miner, right? So like I created money. Basically, that's what I was doing, right? I would create Ethereum. So like GPU, GPU, like what my computer's running off of, right? I would build a bunch of these graphics cards and literally create money. So like that was really fascinating. But the good part of being a content creator in that industry, not so much these days, but at that time, billion-dollar companies with a B, right? Multiple billion-dollar companies. And so to run an ad on my YouTube channel, they'll pay minimum of $100 and I'll lock in 50 ads, right? So I know guaranteed. Wow. Yeah. And all I do is film one ad and I say, hey guys, make sure to check out this website or this blah, 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 whatever, right? And I do it one time, it takes 30 seconds of my life. That's it. And I post it at the beginning of every video. I make a minimum of $100 per video. minimum, right? So I know guarantee I got $5,000 coming in just from this one advertiser. Then I got 5 other advertisers I'm working with, right? So then some of my friends, I never did this personally, but some of my friends will do 2 or 3 ads per video. I don't like to do that to people.
Wow.
Because that's crazy. But dude, they're making $300 to $500 every time they make a video just from ad revenue. That doesn't include the mining. That doesn't include YouTube's ad revenue. But anyways, for me, the fun part was like I was touring the United States because they would pay for my presence. So like they want DJ Mines. That was like my old channel. Hey DJ, we want you to come to North Dakota. Can you film for us? We'll pay for the plane ticket. We'll pay for the hotel. Pay for the food. And we'll give you $3,000 compensation on top. And hey, you know what? You also get a YouTube video of it as well. We just want you to come and film our area. So that's what I would do. Or like I get flown out to Miami, right? And so like the Bitcoin conference, depending on the year, it's called like BTC 2022, BTC 2025, whatever year it is, right? I've been to Fort Lauderdale, a paid trip, right? So they'll pay for my wife. They'll pay for me. They'll offer to pay for the kids' plane ticket. They'll pay for a really nice hotel. Wow. They'll pay for all the dinners and like fancy dinners, bro, at the Rock Cafe. And they'll give me a couple thousand to gamble, which I don't really gamble, but it's fun to.
I don't either.
I'm not a gambler, but like, and then after that, oh, by the way, there's this yacht party, and all these other sponsors are going to be there. Big names, multi-millionaires. Some of them are billionaires, and you're going to go on yacht parties through Fort Lauderdale. Like I've gone through it. It was so fun. They'll pay for everything, man. Wow. Like you're hanging out with the ultra rich people. I'm not ultra rich, right? But you'll hang out with these crazy rich people going through the canal of Fort Lauderdale. I got my wife under my arm and I got a beer and I'm just like, man, this is life, like this is the next level of living. And then, it's hard to compete with that in Pokemon, right? Because like Pokemon's fun. I'm not saying it's not, but like there's not crazy, things happening, right? It's just like you and your boys hanging out in StreamYard. you know.
Right.
So, like, it's
Yeah.
fun. I'm not thinking it's not fun. I love it.
Right. Yeah.
But it's hard
Yeah.
to compete with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we were
Yeah.
really living in a different
Yeah,
world.
and it's not like that anymore, right? The crypto world's not quite like that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I had to pull the plug. You know,
Right.
you got to know.
Yeah.
You can't keep fitting a triangle because I love the YouTube channel. I never wanted to quit it. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
awesome, bro. Like it was
Right.
life changing, man. But you can't keep putting a triangle into a square. You know, at some
Right.
point, yes,
Yep.
because I did it for like a year and a half. Views were down. I mean, shit, I was only getting like 70, 80 viewers a night. The ad revenue was down. Like, you know, I used to get like 200 viewers a night, like every night, no matter when. And all the, you know, I was getting 40,000 views, 20,000 views, every video. Like, it was great, you know, and then eventually it became like 5,000 views. And then it was like 3,000 views. And like I said, the live performance was going down to like 70 viewers. I had one stream that got like 65, which is great if you're a new YouTuber, but when you're used to hundreds and hundreds, I mean, my peak was like 500 viewers, bro. Like 500 viewers for like months, 400 viewers, you know what I mean? And you go from 400 or 500 to 60, and all your friends who have hundreds of thousands of subs are now getting 100 viewers a night. You're like, whoa, this industry's dead. And then all the advertisers start pulling out. Like, hey, we can no longer pay for ads, or hey, can we do $50 an ad? Hey, okay, yeah, I'll do 50 just to survive. Hey, can we do 25? And then it became there's no more ad revenue.
Yeah,
so
red flag.
all the business folks, all the companies are pulling out, and then you start getting flown out to, like, I think the last show I did was called Mining Disrupt. It was really fun, but there was nobody showed up, bro. Like, it was dead. I mean, all the advertisers were there, but there was no people coming in. And so the writing was on the wall, like, wait a minute, this is dead, bro. You know what I mean? So I tried it for like a year and a half to make it work because I loved it. I really did. I did not want to quit it. It was fun. It was interesting. Literally creating your own money instead of, like, in 2021 during COVID, bro, I was making $500 to $600 a day from my house with my GPUs.
Mining. Yeah. Wow.
Dude, like $500 to $600 every single day. The peak was probably like 700 in a day, but it's not work, right? Like, I was making, I don't know, 3-4 times what I was making at my career from machines that do all the work. Once you build the machine, you plug it into the wall, it literally creates money. Quite literally prints money for you. And so you don't do anything. It was a beautiful time, man.
Yeah, dude, that is wild. That and a time that will never be replicated in that way. Like, it can't be duplicated. It's impossible. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Before that, sorry to talk so much.
No, you're good. Do you think?
Before DJ Minds, I had DJ Wars 22, and I was working with Blizzard Entertainment. So I had like a partnership with Blizzard Entertainment. I don't know if you know them.
I've heard you talking. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Blizzard Games. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so they create Diablo, StarCraft, Call of Duties on the Battle app. So, like, in exchange for me working with them, they would put me on the Blizzard app. So, like, when you open up to play Diablo, or you open up to play StarCraft or Call of Duty or something, it would say DJ Waters 22 is live now on Twitch. And then, bro, it's crazy. When Blizzard advertise for you, like, I'll get 800 to 1,000 views on a stream, like live, man. And it's wild. Like, having 1,000 people in there, and they're just constantly throwing money, and it was a crazy time.
Whatnot does that.
Oh, really?
Whatnot, not to probably that level. And I actually, I had Whatnot reach out to me about a month ago, and they actually called me, and I thought it was a scam. And I emailed the customer support team, like the legit email on the website, and I'm like, hey, and they got back to me within like a day. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, that's legit. He works for us. So I was like, okay. Cool. So I called him back and stuff. And I don't know if you saw what's been going on and Whatnot the last, like, year. But it's been pretty bad with scammers. I mean, people just selling stuff. They don't ship the cards. Giveaway, they don't do the giveaway. Fake card. I mean, it's wild. So they're weeding the people out. I do think they are trying to get rid of those kinds of people. I think they need to start implementing a little more higher barrier of entry for their sellers. Right now, it's nothing. There's anybody can go sell them there. Dude, did you see there's kids like 7th graders sitting in class in school live selling like pencils and stuff. Like, it's the wild west. But anyway, so they reached out to me because, I mean, like I said, I only did, I think, 6 shows, but I had a couple hundred sales. I had 100% seller feedback. Fast, one day shipping time. And I honestly think they're just reaching out to people that previously you were good sellers, and they're like, hey, if you come back, we'll give you like no seller fees for 30 days and bonuses and all this stuff. And I was like, oh man, this is tempting. And I turned it down, but I think it's still kind of, I've heard through the grapevine, it's still out there if you want to go back. So I'm really thinking about when I can actually, but here's the thing, you got to grind. Like, if they offer that, I want to be every night. I want to be going live for 4 or 5 hours every night. You know, if I have a whole month of no sellers fees, like,
Yeah.
you know, so I'm thinking about doing that. And why did I bring that up? Because you were talking about, I forget why I brought up Whatnot. I had a reason I wanted to bring them up.
While you're thinking of that, go ahead.
Blizzard, because you were talking about Blizzard. So that's what, and that was the other thing they said. They said, well, for those 30 days, we're going to promote your show to the top of the whatever you're doing. So in my case, Pokemon, like, you'll be featured creator at the top of so when people log in, boom, you're right there. So like, that's huge. And you know, I've heard that you get like easily a couple hundred viewers in just because Whatnot is pushing your stream right to the top. So
That's good.
yeah, that's kind of cool. But yeah, like I said, there's so many, the Pokemon business side it's like an octopus. There's just so many different things you can do. It's crazy.
YouTube's where it's at, man. YouTube. Yeah. Because like Whatnot, no hate, no shade. I'm not, you know, if it makes people happy, like, do it. But when you're not live, you don't grow, right? So if you're not it's just like Twitch. Because I used to be a partnered streamer on Twitch as well.
Oh yeah, Twitch. I know Twitch.
Like, if you're not sitting in that chair, you're not growing. You know what I mean? So like, YouTube's great because you make a video, that's it. It stays there for years, and somebody someday is going to find that. And so your work that you do today helps you later. It's much better.
I had a video from 2 months ago get like 2,000 views in a day or two. 2 months later.
Oh well.
It's like, that's wild. Like, it's what they call it, evergreen. It was like a how to sell video. Yeah. They call it the evergreen videos. I'm like, that's why that actually happened. Like, YouTube's algorithm is incredible. And that's what I really like about YouTube. You have to earn it, but every sub is so valuable because, like, you know that they're going to rewatch your channel, like, for at least a couple of weeks. So I do love YouTube. And if I started my own website, obviously I would just do the rip and ships through YouTube because, and then I would just sell the packs on my website. And not saying I'm going to do that and everything. And I'm trying to balance, like, I don't want to, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I want to do yet, but I'll figure it out. Like I said, my number one thing is I'm being patient with it. And I just, whatever I do, I want to do it right. And I want to be all in on it. I'm not like a half-ass kind of guy when it comes to doing something. So I want to make sure I do it right for sure. But low roller scratcher said about this. I don't know if you heard about this. I think this is absolutely ridiculous. Japan is now requiring, basically, you have to put your driver's license, a picture of your driver's license, to buy Pokemon cards online. I think this is just another barrier of entry that's kind of crazy and is going to make it even more difficult for regular consumers. I do think it could come over here soon, because now you have to, like, put your phone number in and get a text for Pokemon Center or something. Or it's like come for drops and everything.
But the only thing they text me is like new shirts. When they drop something recently, you don't get any alerts for those. You only get alerts for useless stuff.
I don't think they've rolled it out yet. I think they're testing it. I just think they're testing to see how many people go in and whatever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But
YouTube is a beautiful thing, because DJ Wars 22, I stopped that so long ago. I can't remember last time. I got paid because it was monetized for my videos for like 4 to 5 years later. Like, every month I was still getting, it depends on the month. Minimum's $100. So I probably got checks in for like the first 2 years, and then it became every other month, because again, you have to hit the $100 threshold. But it was like 4 or 5 years, bro. I was getting paid.
Wow.
And I still get paid for DJ Mind. So like, that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, man. Like, it's literally there forever. Unless the industry full on dies, you'll get paid. I'm not gonna say the rest of your life, but like for a long time.
Yeah, well, that's why, like, I mean, I'm having so much fun with YouTube, and no matter what I do in the space, I'm going to be chronicling it, right? That's like, just show what you're doing. And that's what's great. It's all you have to do. Just show, just like what you do. Like, you just talk about your business.
Oh,
it's just,
you know what I just got? I just got the meta glasses in today. So I'm going to start doing that. Yeah. So I'm going to start.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to start filming like when I'm packing orders and put them on YouTube Shorts and Instagram. Not like my full-time thing. I'm still going to do the videos and stuff, but like it's something that I think will do really well. Like, oh, look, we just got a new order, sword and shield. So, oh, come over here, grab this box. All right. So I'm going to put this in an 8x8x4. Boop, boop, boop. Look at this. This person also grabs a Surging Sparks. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you so much for the order, Mike, or whatever your name is, right? And that's it. It'll be interesting.
That will be interesting. I know that Brian did a couple. I don't know if it was with the Meta glasses or something, but he did like a virtual reality buddy that like talked to him while he was like packing orders and stuff. Did you see those? They were for like a year.
I saw that.
Maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. They were a while back. They're hilarious. It's so bad. Like it was like before AI was really, smart, I guess. And it's really it talks back to him, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's pretty funny. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah. What is chance English Pokemon getting more regulated on pull rates? Guaranteed SRI like Japan? 0.00001%. In the United States, we are gambling degenerates, and they're not going to make them put the pull rates on and stuff. The poking nerds would go nuts with that though. Oh, there's a 0.03% chance to pull special illustration rare, so that means there's this many printed, and like it would be, people would just analytic it to death, and it would be a mess. So I don't think they're going to do that.
And then also, since Pokemon can't print enough, like all they have to do is make Gengar a little bit harder. So if you make it too easy, then people get what they want. But like they have a monopoly right now. Pokemon doesn't have to do anything different. If they make it okay, we can't print enough for everybody. We still make the chase super hard, and then you always want it. But if you make it super easy, like if you give us a bunch of Crown Zeniths, which Crown Zeniths is great, but if you give us a bunch of sets of Crown Zeniths, everybody gets what they want. They don't need another hit of dopamine. You know what I mean? Right. That's the beautiful thing. If you sell PlayStations, I've sold PlayStations before. You sell the PlayStation to that customer, they're done for life. They don't need another PlayStation 5. But Pokemon's completely different, right? You need a hit. Oh, fuck. I didn't get that dragon out. I need more packs. I need more, right? And then you get your little 2 from Target, and guess what? You get nothing. I need more. How can I get more? I'm going to go stand out of line. I'm going to go camp at Costco at midnight. I'm going to go, you know what I'm saying? And you just need another hit. And even if you get Dragonite, well, guess what? I didn't get the God pack. You just keep coming back.
And the gold cards are a perfect example. They're like, what, 1 in 800 packs? They're hideous. They're hideous. They all look the same. They all look exactly the same. If you hold them like 6 feet away, you cannot tell the difference between the gold. Like and they're whatever, $700, $800. It's crazy because you have that chase, and like you said, it's people who are addicted to that chase, and they don't need to do serialized or like autographs. They don't have to do anything like that anytime soon. So it's like I don't think they'll ever do it if they don't have to. Magic literally had to do it to save the card game, the collector side. The collector side of Magic the Gathering was completely dead, and they had to do the serialized stuff and chases, and then bring in the heavy hitters like Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy to literally save the collector side. So Pokemon doesn't need that. Pokemon has all the strong characters. It has the games. It has they don't need to do anything like that. So
I wish Pokemon would do Virgin cards. You said about comic books. Do you know about Virgin covers?
So that's just like the initial print run limited, right?
Nah.
Or what is that?
Like
Virgin?
This card, this is a terrible example, but like you see this Rayquaza and it has like the 30 and 120.
Yeah.
Okay, so for comic books, they'll have like the normal cover A, which has like the cost and like Amazing Spider-Man, will say all this stuff. Well, then they have the Virgin color, which is just the art. So I'm like, Pokemon, if they ever needed to, which they'll never do this, but if they ever needed to and they were going out of business or something, you could have like, what's the favorite card of yours? If you like Sunbreon, Moonbreon, anything?
Oh, Magikarp. Magikarp illustration rare.
Okay, so let's say they did a virgin copy of that, which it doesn't have the words. It's just the art on the whole card. So it'd be like a super rare version of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's called
Yep.
like so Pokemon. There's so many
Okay.
gimmicks they could do if it ever came down to that, where like people aren't interested in Pokemon. Well, guess what? Now we got the serialized version. Or guess what? We're coming out with one in every 1,000 of the Gengar that's already hard to get. That you're gonna pull the Virgin Gengar that doesn't have the
no
word.
text.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now you have
Yeah.
the ultra rare version of like, yeah, there's
Right.
so much they could do to come
So
back
much
to
they can do.
relevancy.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I thought you were talking about variant covers there. From I'm like, I know what variant covers are. I've actually never heard that virgin term. That's interesting.
It's super cool to see
Yeah,
just
that
the
is
art.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a few. I'll have to go through my comic books then. I think I might have one or two of those actually, and I didn't even think anything of it. But they do a limited print run of those.
Very limited.
Very
Yeah.
limited.
Very
Interesting.
limited. Yeah, but it'll be the same card. So like,
yeah,
they could come out with this. This is not going to happen. Full disclosure, it's not going to happen. But I'm just making a fantasy. The Rayquaza set comes out. Okay, we already know it's 1 in 2,000 chance to get Rayquaza, but you could get the super version of the Rayquaza that's already super hard, and this time he has serialized, or this time it's just the art without the game on it. And there's so much they could do to make it ultra rare.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. They have so much in their back pocket. And look, Nintendo owns Mario and Zelda and all that stuff. They could collab more with the crossover with that stuff. There's so much they could do. Like, serial. I mean, a one of one like gold Charizard Pikachu would. I mean, it would go for like $1 million, $2 million. It's nothing's going away anytime soon.
I feel safe with Pokemon, and that's why I'm excited to have distro. Not that it's gonna create any fruit anytime soon, but years from now it could, right? Like the fruit of the labor could produce something years from now. So
you're right.
Really good with Pokemon, man, long term.
Yeah,
really
me too. Like I said, I mean, I've been back in since 2012, and there's been the ebbs and flows, but it never came close to like dying or going away. Even during the X and Y era, things like got low, and then Pokemon Go came out, and bang, right, and then we're back. And then there was a lull again, like 2017, 2018. Evolutions was like $60 a box, and then Hidden Fates came out and the tag team sets, and then boom, and then it's you always have the cycles. I think the lows are going to be even lower than they've ever been before.
Really? You think we're going under $90 a booster box, man?
No. Sorry.
Oh, they'll be higher than they were?
Yeah. Sorry. I meant like the floor. I meant like the floor is going to be higher there. No, I think the new floor for booster boxes is, well, MSRP is going to go up next year. I think that they're going to raise MSRP another 50 cents to $1 a pack. So we'll be at like what, 181 or maybe 199, depending on what they do. I think the new floor for booster boxes, even in a bear market, is going to be 120 to 130. I think like if it was a bear market right now, I think Perfect Order would drop to 120, 130. But there's so many people that believe in the IP now that have big money, like a Rudy, like a like they'll just buy it all up as soon as it hits 110, 120, boom, and then it just pops it right back up to 130, and then maybe it sits there for whatever, a year or two, and then slowly goes up just like they do. I don't think that will ever change. And when you have distribution now charging like even on the first waves, they're well over 100 now. I heard like 105, 110, right? So
I don't know yet. Maybe I'll know one day.
Well, yeah, I've heard one of my I've heard from somebody that has distribution that on an initial wave was it for Chaos or maybe it was for Phantasmal? I forget which one it was, but they got charged like 105 on the first wave.
Okay.
And it's like, and then I think some are still in the 90s or whatever, 80s, 90s. It's all over the place. I'm surprised that Pokemon doesn't regulate that with their distributors. I'm surprised they're like, no, you have to sell it for $90 a box. Like maybe legally they can't, but what they can say is, if we find out you're not selling it for $90 a box, guess what? Your allocation is getting cut in half for the next set. I think they might start doing so. I think that's why they bought Excel, I think that's why they are putting more through big box right now, because they know if they do a Destin Rivals booster box reprint right now and send it through distribution, what are they going to charge to the LGSs? 400, 450 a box?
Oh wow.
They
Yeah.
they probably
Wow.
would. It's a $650 booster box. They'll, even if they charge 350, all the stores are just going to charge market, maybe a little under. It's not going to do anything. So, yeah, it's interesting times. The landscape is definitely. I think the way that product gets to everybody, I think, is going to shift a lot over the next few years as Pokemon tries to take more control with buying the trucking company, buying the printers, buying buying everything, right? So, and I think in that ultimately, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for the overall economy of Pokemon, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I think we're good,
Yeah.
right? I think I'm good for tonight.
I think we're good, dude. I really appreciate you coming on, man. And
Thank you.
it's been
Thank you
a
for
long
inviting me.
time coming. We've been we've been chatting and stuff a lot for months now. So I'm glad I could finally get together on a live stream with you. We'll definitely have to do it again sometime. And yeah, just really appreciate it. Everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out for 2 hours and chatting with us. Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys all tomorrow.
Peace. Bye. Bye.